see if one comes back the other way.
Let's see if one comes back the other way.
Just stay there for a minute. I'll be right back. Hi, guys. I'll be right back. Here.
That's
Stay
Danette. Danette is in the house. How do? Good to see you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to those of you who may be coming in, to everybody watching on the replays in the near future or the late future. I thank you for watching and thank you for your appreciation of what we do. We are Danette and Anthony, and we are here in Kew Gardens, Queens, as I said. Kew Gardens, Queens. Lori Meller in the house. How you doing? First one in the room, followed by Sharon L. and George. George and Sonia J. Hello there, and happy Sunday to Sonia and George and Sharon and Lori.
Hi everyone. No notifications, so sorry about that.
No notifications.
But you're here with
welcome
us
to one and
now.
all. Here's us.
Okay, so
there
guys,
we are.
let's
you
start
doing?
with this. Can I say something?
We're in front of the train.
So I was going to go live.
We're about to
Sal.
throw the gimbal into the train in front of the train.
I was going to go live and walk the neighborhood, and then Anthony was going to get a haircut. 5 minutes before we walked into the hair cutting place, because he looks ragged, okay?
I'm looking ragged.
Hi, Lori. 5 minutes before we walk in, we get a call. We're right outside the door. I get a call. I'm like, do you know that blah, blah, blah is not here today? I'm like, we made this appointment 7 weeks ago. 7 weeks ago.
Yeah. So
I said, I'll be right in a second. I hung up. We walked in. I said, you know how inconvenient and how unprofessional that is? She said, I know. I'm
they
so sorry.
Know.
And then you guys are loyal customers. I said, we've been coming here for years. And hi, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Hi,
Hi, Apple.
And hi, Apple. I can't
see.
see.
How you doing?
Hugs to you, too. And I said, so now what?
Miss Sonia
so
J
Anthony
is with
has
us.
to be ragged for another few days. Meanwhile, Apple.
Just wear a hat.
Anthony,
yeah, I should have wore
Anthony,
a hat.
Show them your forehead.
Look at this.
Go up. Look at him. Like, stay still. Look at that. Don't be browy. Just relax. He's peeling. His nose is peeling.
This is from the sun the other day.
On vacation.
When we were out with Apple the other day, I was unaware that I was sitting in another neighborhood.
Anthony's lazy. I told him last night to put the pictures out. I'm tired.
I was tired. It was late at night.
We'll do it tomorrow. The most delicious
Oleg,
looking tiramisu.
how you doing?
Hi, Oleg. Hi, T. Michael.
Yes. I want to show your kids tiramisu.
Actually, if you look at my cheeks, I have no
then
rouge
that's a little
on.
rosy.
I have no. That is my actual cheeks right now because I
Jorge
got a little red too.
from Brazil. How you doing?
Brazilian. Hi, Jorge. So I got a little pink too, but that's only because, and put it down a little.
Fawn Marie, aloha.
So I got a little pink too because I was sitting next to Anthony eating for a little bit. And then I moved back over to Apple and my back felt hot. I felt very warm, but there was such a big breeze. But look at Anthony. Yeah, I'm going to do his eyebrows. Don't worry,
Trim
George.
those caterpillar eyebrows.
It's scary, George. He needs to trim a lot of things. I'll do it for him.
Those caterpillar eyebrows.
Mess, Anthony.
I'm trying my best here. I'm trying my best.
Hi, Andre. So, hi, Robin.
Andre,
so now that's
Robin.
the reason why we're together now. And Anthony's not getting his hair cut. He was going to get his hair cut, and I was going to meet him there, and he would be coming into the live, like, I don't know, a half hour after
I'm
I
going to be
started.
holding Danette back.
But
Maria
now,
G.
Hi, Maria.
Thank you for your flower people photos.
Oh, thank you, Maria. So now we're together, and none of it is, windburn and sunburn. The sun was hot.
Sunburn. I was apparently sitting directly on the sun. Well, the two of them, the two ladies, were not as close to the sun.
This is what
we're not as close to Old Soul.
You can't grab that. So this is what we call a live stream. A live stream is life happens. You don't know what's going to happen. 5 minutes before, look, it's getting wet. The phone.
Grumpy Sapper in the house.
Grumpy.
How
are you? So you don't know what's going to happen.
I'm grumpy because of my sunburn that I got the other day.
Before we start a live stream. Now I've got a lot of I've got a lot of knowledge to dump. We've got a lot of knowledge. We've got a lot of history. We're in a neighborhood we've been coming to for years, even before we started getting haircuts here, because we used to go to a pizzeria here that I don't really like that much. But anyway, Anthony, focus in. It's not
doesn't
in the
even
center.
open until
Turn. The other way. There we go.
Doesn't
2
even
o'clock.
open until 2
What
o'clock.
pizzeria opens at 2? Isn't that odd? Every
This
single
one.
day they open at 2. Not 12 for lunch, but 2. 2 to 11. Anyway.
I want to
So
say
let's
hello
get
to
started.
Fawn Marie, our postcard pen pal.
Yeah, well, the nose hairs are out. That's not a problem. Here, grab this.
Hold on.
Or put it... Yeah, let me hold this for a
You
second.
hold that.
Open
I
it
gotta
because
reset.
it's starting to rain. So, okay, so let me start
Somebody's
here.
gotta hold the gimbal.
Oh my God, turn that around, turn it around, quick. Here it comes, guys. Woo! Wow, that's going like 90, 100. Man, he's going fast. Oh my God. Uh-oh, there's the wind. You don't want to put the umbrella up? He's gonna get wet. Hi, Lacey, UK girl. So we're standing in the Kew Gardens train station.
I didn't know you were going to hold the thing.
Just for a second, then we can go back and forth. I just wanted to say something. So here, uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, really?
What happened? What did you say?
No trains on this train.
Oh, so there's none coming this way. Oh, I see. No coming, you're right. Anyway, so this train station, it's really starting to rain today. Oh, George, member for 21 months. Thank you so much, George. We appreciate it.
Thank you
There's
so
Anthony
much,
in his lovely green umbrella. Anyway, so we're going to start here and then move along. So this station, by the way, Kew Gardens, if you don't know, is in Queens, New York.
This umbrella sheds rain.
This station was established, I should say, or this Long Island Railroad was built because this stop was built here. They put this here because there's the Maple Grove Cemetery. So they had to have a place that's so old that the mourners had to have a way of getting to the cemetery. And this was built for that reason. If you look it up, the Kew Gardens Long Island Railroad Station was built for the Maple Grove Cemetery, so that the people,
it was here almost before the town was.
right, so that the people could come to, it's before the town, exactly. This is what it's called, Kew Gardens. Now there's a Kew Gardens in, is it London? I think?
I believe so.
Which has a lot of gardens, and this was, the Kew was named after that, because there's a lot of gardens here. But I want to, Anthony, follow me. Botanical Gardens, right. So I want to show you something. One of the first things I want to show you, and this is again at the station. It's very old. If you come over here, this is the outdoor area for a restaurant called Austin's Ale House. This is the outdoor area. If you come over here, it's very old. Look at the buildings, guys. You'll see this. And that's another way to get to the main road. Right over there is where I'm going to show you in a moment. But right here, I'll show you, I'll get a little closer, is the plaque that was dedicated to Rodney Dangerfield because he grew up here in Kew Gardens. And he died in 2004. It's Richmond Hill High School, 1939 yearbook. That's the picture of him. And, and it says, Rodney Dangerfield, stand-up comic, actor, producer, screenwriter, and author. Catchphrase and themed monologue, I don't get no respect. Early life in Kew Gardens, residing on the second floor of building at the corner of Lefferts Boulevard and Austin Street. Graduated from PS 99. Hi, Norman. And Richmond Hill High School. 1981 album, No Respect, Grammy, Best Comedy. There's a train right there. Best Comedy Album. In 1983, Rappin' Rodney reached number 83 on Billboard's Hot 100. 1994 American Comedy Lifetime Creative Achievement Award. 1995 first entertainer to own personal website. Can you imagine that? Who knew that?
Interesting.
That's very interesting. 2003 Comedy Central Comedy Idol Award. 2004 autobiography national bestseller. Las Vegas headliner for 35 years. Hit movies Caddyshack, Easy Money, and Back to School. Erected by the Aquinas Honor Society, Friends of Maple Grove Cemetery, 2017. That's when they put that there, in 2017. Now, let me make it regular size again. Well, actually, let me go like this. If you look upstairs there, right over there is the Kew Gardens Cinemas, where his movies played. But, like I said, I'll show you several things. Right here, I'm going to show you where he lived. Right here. This is where Rodney Dangerfield lived, right here, above the Austin Ale House. So we're going to show, look at this, that's cute. Anthony, it's a West Highland.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to show the front of the building.
How about
And
that?
are you ready
Yeah,
to
I'm
walk?
ready.
We'll walk a little, okay?
Yeah.
So now it's a little difficult. I'm not going to lie because it's raining. I wanted to show you so many things, and I'm not going to fib, Aunt. This is Roast and Company, which is a coffee and bagel spot. That's right at the train station. So if you come to the train station, you can stop and get this. So I'm wondering now, since it's raining, should we just like talk about some things and then show it after? Would that be easier? Because it's really raining.
Easier.
All right, then let's go over here and then we'll show you after. No, just give me a minute. Come here. No, I'm not. Sorry. Okay, how about over here, Anthony? Oh, I didn't realize that seat was under there. Do you want to ask? She may want to ask you something about Grand Central. Here, sit over here, Anthony. Come here. Come sit over here. I'm sorry, we're not going on the train.
No.
All right, you could close that. Give me a minute, guys. So I want you to keep in mind of that building there, and then I'll show you. Okay, so here you can hold them for a minute.
I will hold you for a minute.
Turn it around if you want to you.
Turning it to the front. Hello there. See
All right,
there,
so, and let's
my
see what
incredible
people are
red
saying
face.
for a minute.
May the 4th be with you indeed, Apple.
Yes,
It
and
is
that's
that day,
the other
the 4th
reason
of
why
May.
we're mentioning the
Happy Star Wars Day.
Yes, and we're mentioning
Damon
the
done
cinemas.
member for 14 months. Look at his nose. It's ridiculous. Look at this ridiculousness. Look at this red
Well,
face.
unfortunately, I have to look at you while I'm talking.
You gotta look
so-
at me. Look away. I'm hideous.
All right, so
Thank you, everybody who's joining us today. 43 people in the chat.
all right, so the reason I wanted to stop is I wanted to give you some knowledge, and then when we get
She's
there,
dropping
you'll know.
knowledge.
All right,
Nathan
so-
J in the house. Hey, how you doing?
Let's talk about the cinema for a minute. So the
Norman
cinema
Ross.
is called the Kew Gardens Cinema, and they also own Cobble Hill Cinemas, Mamaroneck Cinemas, and Williamsburg Cinemas. The cinemas, I would really like to show it while I'm saying it, Aunt. This is not how I
So
wish
let's
it
go
went.
across the street.
And then we're standing there in umbrellas. Hi, Finzi.
So go across the street. You can try and
Oh,
go
happy
inside.
weekend to Andre.
Can't go in the movie theater,
All right, so
but you
let's
could
not
go
talk
inside.
about the theater for a minute. Let me go back to Rodney Dangerfield. All right, so
Andre
Rodney
and his
Dangerfield-
cat say
I know, I
happy
said hello
Sunday.
already. The real man's look.
That's right,
We
Oleg.
both look a little like we need haircuts and stuff. But anyway, as a boy growing up in Kew Gardens, Queens, Jacob Cohen got no respect. That is
Rodney's real
Dan-
name.
His real name was Jacob Cohen, right? His many menial jobs included delivering groceries to wealthy neighbors. He endured anti-Semitism. He played baseball for a shabbily outfitted team against a team from the more celebrated Forest Hills neighborhood next door, said Carl Balanis, who's a historian. That disadvantaged boy became Rodney Dangerfield, a stand-up comedian with a self-deprecating style based on his woeful upbringing in Kew Gardens. Go ahead now.
Woeful.
Right. And also, the other thing I wanted to say is that he was born in Deer Park, New York, but he moved to Kew Gardens at the age of 10 and lived above the Austin's Ale House, which I just showed you. We'll show you the front of it. That's the back of it and the backyard of it. He passed away in Los Angeles in October of 2004 at the age of 82 from complications from heart valve replacement surgery. He is buried in the Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery, where his headstone reads, Rodney Dangerfield, there goes the neighborhood.
That's
Anyway,
a pretty good joke.
yeah.
You gotta have a good joke in there. Just when you're celebrating, we'll show where the dollar sign is located. Say it. Oh yes. That's right.
So I just wanted to show you this neighborhood because, like I said, we've been coming here and it has so much history. Kew Gardens. It's right next to Forest Hills. And in this area, let me just tell you what I know. In this area, it's very big on hair cutting. And that's why we come here.
There's a lot of haircut places.
We used to go to Brooklyn all the time.
Which was too far away.
And that's not the truth. We went there for years. Why are you saying that?
We went there even when we lived in the Bronx.
We lived in the Bronx because we wanted to get good haircuts.
So it was even further away.
So what happened was the person who cut our hair moved to Georgia. She was gone. She went back home. And so we had to find a new place. And we found a place
North
here.
Carolina.
North Carolina, whatever. All right?
Same difference.
Just say it if you're going to correct me, whatever. So, but I think she had family in Georgia. I heard all the stories. You know how I feel about sitting in a chair and listening to the stories. Just cut my hair, all right? Anyway, she left.
Anyway, Danette heard all the stories.
Hi, Carol Woods.
Carol Woods in the house.
And so we found a place here in Queens that we found out has a lot of hair cutting places. Competition, and they're not cheap, but they're, and you know that, we told you about that, but they're all over the place. Well, it turns out that the Ramones have a connection to this. Dee Ramone used to cut hair in Bergdorf Goodman's years and years ago before he became a musician. And his mother didn't want him to leave that great job he had cutting hair. And so eventually he did leave and he joined the Ramones. And that famous haircut that Joey Ramone has was given to him by Dee Dee. That thick hair and long and all that. So that's interesting to know. And the family of him has started, or whatever the history of it, is from this neighborhood, Kew Gardens, Queens, which again is right next to Forest Hills, which is where the Ramones are from. So there's another little bit of
story.
Information. Hi, Vance. Hi, Patricia.
Hey, Vance
Hi,
Kershaw.
Alicia.
We got Josh Remington in the house. I know Patricia Cruz, of course. Alicia Riggs.
Yes.
No.
How do?
Not for hours. They're all canceled.
Subways are good though, right?
Subway's good.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
It's May, not April. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's all right. I'll change it.
Did you put April?
Yeah, I put 4.
Yeah.
You're right.
Anthony got all flustered.
You know why?
Look,
There's a reason. There's a reason why I never do that. So one time I decide to put a date, I get it wrong.
Yeah, why did you put a date?
And that's why I never put a date.
Well, that's stupid because you don't always make mistakes. So that's silly. All right, I'm over here now, Anthony, so you can focus. All right, now, let me tell you about the next person. All right, I want to tell the story.
Finally, the crowd moved a little further away from us.
I want to tell a story. The reason why we're going to stay here, and then I'll get to the Kew Gardens Theater in a moment, is because I'm going to show you the street of 2 things that happen here. And we're right here. We're right across the street. So I don't want to go up there and then back down again. Helen Keller lived in Forest Hills. Hi, Carol. I did not know that. I probably did, but forgot. Anyway, because you know I don't remember anything. But anyway, the other person who lived right here, the trains are pretty loud, aren't they?
The trains are pretty loud.
The other person that lived right over here was comic and actor filmmaker Charlie Chaplin. We all know who he is,
Charlie
right?
Chaplin did live in Kew Gardens for a while.
He died on Christmas Day, 1977, at the age of 88, having lived an eventful life. Chaplin was laid to rest in the cemetery at Corso de Vivere, close to the mansion that he had been his home for several decades. But where did he live? Right there, right down that street, right here in Kew Gardens.
Yes.
And so I want to show you that.
Hey, Katerina. Hey, Nick G. And Katerina Falcone.
Anyway, hey guys. And Charlie Chaplin was born 1889. He died in 1977. He lived at 105 Mowbray Drive from 1919 to 1922. Also in this same street, in the same area, was, of course, Rodney Dangerfield. It's now pouring. And Rona Elliott, who was the music journalist. She was born in 1947. She also grew up in Kew Gardens. You want to say something?
Yeah, probably it was probably the reason that Chaplin decided was living here for a while, and at that point in time was because there was a larger contingent of the movie industry in New York, especially in Queens and Long Island at the time. A lot of films were made here, rather than later on would be mostly done in like Hollywood,
right,
in the West Coast. But at that point in time, there were a lot of East Coast filmmaking, so it kind of made sense, I guess, for filmmakers, actors to like live right here in Queens, because like you're working right here. By the way, as Danette said, it is now pouring.
It is pouring. Pouring.
It's pouring like a mother.
Anyway, maybe it'll stop now. So they said it was going to rain all... Hi, Damon.
Yeah. Maybe
They said it was going to rain all weekend, and it didn't. They said thunderstorms last night. Didn't. But now it's raining like crazy. Yeah, hi, Finzi. Hop on the train, go to Manhattan.
Hey, Finzi. That's right. You
Anyway.
technically could. If, according to the lady who passed us, the train isn't
But then we
stopping
couldn't
at
come
the
back.
side of the street.
Oh, no, that's right. It's not. That's going to Manhattan this way?
This is the A platform to New York.
No, it's going to Manhattan, but it's not coming back. So then we won't be able to come back this way. All right, so
Oh, I think this is platform A. This is the one that goes to New York.
This is the one that goes. So you can't go to New York then. You have to
How
take
we
the.
even go? We have to go to
You
another
couldn't.
train station.
That's why everybody's up in arms. Show them the rain. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at the rain. Look at it.
Yeah, it's pouring.
It's now pouring. At least we got the picture before it started raining.
Yeah, got the picture
Anyway.
beforehand. Joe Hernandez in the house. How
Hi,
you
Joe.
doing?
How are you?
It's still not raining in Rigo, says Carol.
Rigo
That's weird.
Park? Wow.
Yes, not raining in Rigo. Wait
Maybe we
for
should
it,
go to
Carol.
Rico. If you're getting the rain we had yesterday, it's going to rain hard all day. It's supposed to. Anyway, all right. So now,
Thanks for the good news,
so we
Kathy.
told you about Dangerfield. We told you about. Now there's a little
Alberto
park.
Fasoli in the
Hi,
house.
Alberto. Good to see you.
Calling in from Italy. How
Yeah,
you
there's
doing?
more. There's more. But I want to show you the theater, which I have been going to. Both of
theater
us,
is
I'm
very-
sorry,
we
have been
were
going for
there
years. And then we stopped going at some point during the pandemic. And then there's several people. What, Anthony? Dad? What? You want to say something? Go.
No, I wasn't going to
Doing
say.
this. What do you want to say?
I'm waving to people.
Oh, hi, Daryl.
Hey, Daryl.
Hi, Josh. How you doing? Hi,
Frank
Frank.
McLeod.
How you doing?
Chief
Cool,
McLeod.
stop the rain. Anyway.
Cool, stop the rain.
So there's so much history here. Wow.
What happened?
There's all kinds of people everywhere you go. Hi, JD here. Anyway, so there's the theater. I'll tell you about that last. There's Dani's Pizzeria. Dani's Pizzeria is the pizzeria I told you about. You know what? We'll keep the last one, the one that you're going to talk about last. So we'll keep it lighthearted. All right. So Dani's Pizzeria is the pizzeria
Been here
that
since 1959.
that has the pizza that puts sugar in it. I don't mean it's sweet or you can taste the sweetness. No,
It's really
they
sweet.
literally say they put sugar in the regular slice. So they only have like 3 different slices. They have vegetarian, which I don't know what that is because they have to make a whole pie of that. They have sausage, they make the whole pie. And then the slices is a regular that has so much sugar in it and a pesto slice that's loaded with pesto.
Which is
Oh, hi, Nick G.
very
How are you?
famous. That
Hi,
is the thing
Desi
they're.
Des.
That is the other thing they're the most famous for. Their pesto slice.
Right.
Which nowadays you would find pesto slices in a lot of places, including artisan places that make pizza. But when they started making it, it was pretty much exclusive to them, I think. You know what I mean, Danette?
Yes, I do.
It was
know what you
probably
mean.
very exclusive
And you
to them.
have to
It was
like
not a
it.
thing.
If you don't like it, it's like you're having candy on your ice cream. I mean, on your
No,
ice
but I'm
cream.
talking about the pesto.
Oh, the pesto, yeah.
talking about the pesto.
I don't
It was
like
exclusive
pesto.
to them.
Or I didn't like pesto way back when I first started tasting it. And what happened was I hated the regular. Because if you know me by now, I have to have a regular slice, right? So we went there for the first time. We ordered one regular slice and one pesto. Anthony wanted the pesto because he said, "Oh, that sounds interesting. I'll try the pesto." And I got the regular.
This was in the days before
This was
YouTube.
a long time ago. Long, maybe in the 90s.
At least for us.
I think it was the 90s when we were dating. Anyway, it turns out that I took one bite and I was like, "Oh my God, no, what's all this sugar?" Oh my God, it was so horrible. Exactly, a slice with sugar cubes. So I said, "Anthony, I can't eat this, I can't eat this." And we swapped, and of course he had some more pesto, but I ate the rest of the pesto, which I tried for the first time because I would never have ordered that. And it tasted pretty good. The pesto was pretty good.
Yeah, pesto's pretty good.
But it's pretty good compared to the sugar cube pizza. I don't like that. I don't like it. But that's what they're known for.
That's not the bug. That's the feature.
Right. So let me read a little bit. So I want to get all the facts correct. So I'm reading. So founded in 1959, Ramones Dani, which is D-A-N-I. There's a reason Dani's House of Pizza has been a Kew Gardens landmark for 61 years. Its combination of fantastic food, reasonable prices, and a welcoming, neighborly atmosphere make you feel right at home as you enjoy a bite to eat. Not to mention all the time we've had to perfect our slice. Lefferts Boulevard has always been our home because that's where it is, on Lefferts Boulevard. From
right in front of the train station is the train line is right behind them.
Everything is right here. We'll walk around and you'll see it. Hi, Joe Mooski.
Also, it's a rather oddly shaped building.
It is. It's on a corner. It's right in the corner.
It's almost shaped like a wedge.
It's a wedge, like a pizza wedge. Like a pizza wedge.
Which kind of is appropriate.
All right, anyway, let me finish. Lefferts Boulevard has always been our home from when we first opened in 1959 to today. We've been there for our customers and our community every step of the way, ready to provide comfort and sweet, cheesy goodness. Sweet, cheesy goodness.
Sweet, cheesy goodness.
We reminisce about the 60s where we could get a slice and a soda for 25 cents. Oh, Anthony's got a sunburn from Johnny's Reef sitting outside when we went with Apple.
I was getting blasted
It's crazy.
by the sun, apparently.
He looked like a lobster yesterday. Anyway.
Later on that day, I was sitting and I was like saying like, "Oh, my face feels so
He was like,
hot.
"Oh my God." And by the
I'm
way,
so
Apple,
hot.
I went to the store and I got Sun de Soleil, is that the brand?
Banana Boat.
Banana Boat, that's it. Banana Boat
aloe
suntan
vera lotion.
aloe vera lotion. It's green.
Which actually helped.
And he's like, it's cooling.
It cooled
Hi,
us off,
Tommy. How are
and
you?
Then started this
Greetings from
peeling.
Long Island. The Q10
Tommy
bus
G.
runs along Lefferts Boulevard. There you go. Hi, Watanabe.
Watanabe
Thank you
in
guys
house.
for being here. Anyway, so actually, maybe we should plug it in while we're sitting. Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna walk around later.
Since
All right.
not
So you
anywhere.
have it
Plug
in
in
your
the phone.
you have it in your pocket. Yeah.
I do.
Pocket.
All right. Let
All
me
right.
make
So
sure
what
it's,
was I saying? They
where is it?
reminisce. They reminisce the other pocket. The other pocket. They reminisce about. That we reminisce about the night, and this is coming from the website. So I looked it up on the website, not like a paper or anything. We reminisce about the 1960s where we could get a slice and a soda for 25 cents. Here, let me hold it for a second while you do that. Oh, you got it. All right, good. During the 1970s, we saw competition, but our slice was reigned king, prevailing over all other pizzerias in the neighborhood. In the 1980s, business boomed for everyone, and we were joined by bars and restaurants all around. While our industry was hit hard in the 90s, we held strong. Ain't that funny? Because we went in the 90s. Thanks to our Queens roots and perfect pie. In the new millennium, we lost Ramones, the heart and soul of our pizzeria, and his legacy and tradition are carried on by his son, Sabri. Sabri Dani is his name. A special trademark, sweet sauce, is a family tradition which separates a Dani's pizza slice from the rest, and I will attest to that. That is absolutely true. We bake our pies at the perfect temperature in our meticulously maintained and monitored pizza ovens. The result is a pizza eating experience beyond compare. Now, we've seen some other food go by. I think they have like a little restaurant what they open next to it. It's really tiny. It has like 3 tables. And the food looks delicious. So just to say that. So that's Dani's, and we're going to show that as well.
And Gertrude Springwater in the house.
There was a place called Homestead. I am told it closed. I do not know. I have to go over there and see. But it's on the corner past Dani's, across the street. This place has been around since I don't know how long. It was huge. It was a German Mediterranean restaurant that wasn't really a restaurant. It was a to-go. It was a deli, right? That sold all kinds of delicacies. They sold stuff from Italy, from France,
it was there forever.
From German, from Poland. They had the most delicious cheese strudel and raspberry strudel. It was in the window. We used to see it. We used to get it. We used to go inside and we used to get some things to bring home. They used to make layer cake. They used to make things I never heard of. There's things like, Jagerwurst. They had tea-wurst. They had things that was so weird from all over the world. And they closed. I don't think they made it through the pandemic. That's what happened. But that place, it was a staple in the neighborhood. You can always go there. You walked in and you transcended into Europe. The women there wore the outfits. Do you remember?
Yeah,
they wore the outfits.
Like,
It closed. Unfortunately, like many things since the pandemic, it closed. In the window.
In the window.
Exactly.
That's right.
So that's another place
that's
a
lot of
kind of
things in
sad.
the window.
So saying sad things, let's get to one of the things that happened right here. And
I can hear the rain in the background.
Yeah, it's
going
very
there.
loud, isn't it? So, so what happened was, I knew about it as a child because well, I don't know how old I was. I don't remember when the movie came out. But a movie came out and I watched it and I was horrified by this. All right? The movie came out. I was horrified by it. After this, we'll talk about the theater because it'll be more upbeat. But a terrible, 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 awful, horrible murder happens. Rape and murder happens right here in Kew Gardens. But that's not why I'm bringing it up. I have to tell you that to show you why it was so important, right? And it happened in the early hours of March 13, 1964. I wasn't born till 66, but I saw a movie about it. And if you ever see the movie,
there was a TV
swear
movie.
to God, I won't forget it. I guess I was too young to see it. I don't know, but it was like, and then I remember my father saying the movie was not about the murder. However, it was so heinous and so horrible. I mean, to watch the movie, to show and bring up the reason for the movie, which wasn't the murder. It was something else that happened.
Yes, Kitty Genovese.
Exactly. I knew somebody was going to know about it. Kitty
Genovese also guessed that earlier.
So let me just read this, and then Anthony will tell you something.
3/13/1964. Correct.
Right, exactly. So she was a 28-year-old bartender who was raped and stabbed outside the apartment building where she lived in the Kew Gardens neighborhood of Queensboro, New York. 2 weeks after the murder, the New York Times published an article claiming that 37 witnesses saw or heard the attack and that none of them called the police or came to her aid. However, subsequent investigations revealed that the extent of public apathy was exaggerated.
Yes.
While some neighbors heard her cries, many did not realize the severity of the situation. The incident prompted inquiries into what became known as the bystander effect, which is what the movie was about.
CAK never saw the movie, but she does remember the event. She was 12 at the time.
Oh my goodness.
And it was very scary.
Well, I don't say you have to watch the movie, but if you watch the movie, I was very young. I didn't see it a second time, but it is harrowing. And it's just a TV movie, but anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. It's either considered the bystander effect or the Genovese syndrome. And the murder became a staple of U.S. psychological textbooks for the next 4 decades. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
Inaccuracies in the Times article, which, by the way, this was the New York Times, which shouldn't be making mistakes.
The Long Island Free Press also had some articles about it. But the New York Times, the writers of that article kind of like there was exaggeration.
Yeah,
It turns
and
out
that's what
that there were exaggerations and inaccuracies. The interesting thing is like the case became
Can I
more
just
well
read the rest
known
of this
because of the story.
And I think that the movie, the TV movie, brought light to talking about it, because now you saw
the
it.
movie
You didn't
was
just read
kind of
it.
based on the New York Times account.
Correct. So inaccuracies in the Times article and police interviews revealed that some witnesses had attempted to contact authorities. In 1964, reporters at a competing news organization discovered that the Times article was inconsistent with the facts, but they were unwilling at the time to challenge Times editor Abe Rosenthal. He was the editor. In 2007, all these years later, an article in the American Psychologist found no evidence of the presence of 38 witnesses, or that witnesses observed the murder, or that witnesses remained inactive. In 2016, the Times called its own reporting flawed, stating that the original story grossly exaggerated the number of witnesses and what they had perceived. Now, Winston Mosley, a 29-year-old Manhattan native, was arrested during a house burglary 6 days after the murder. While in custody, he confessed to killing Genovese. At his trial, Mosley was found guilty of murder and sentenced to death. I don't want to talk about him, but he died in prison on March 28, 2016 at the age of 81. He had served 52 years. Okay, go ahead, Anthony. Now you can tell them what you know.
All I know is that the interest about the case, basically, its fame was partially due, it was a horrific crime, but crimes do happen.
Yes.
But it shot to fame because of the article claiming that so many people ignored it. And it actually did create the science around the so-called bystander effect, which tends to be a thing, but it's not exactly the thing that they thought it was.
Hi, Gertrude.
Originally.
Right.
It's been tweaked over the years, the theory of the bystander effect, because it is a thing. But over the years, it has kind of changed and been sort of like modulated. The bystander effect tends to be more prevalent, tends to be less in effect in cases where there is an obvious danger or physical intervention is required by people. So here's the irony. The irony is that the Kitty Genovese case, which rocketed the bystander effect as a psychological treatise into fame and fortune, essentially, the irony is that it actually does not account for what happened that night. It actually is not in effect as an effect for that night. The research is good,
right?
But it didn't really apply to this case because there were certain inaccuracies. New York Times inaccuracies that there were 3 separate occasions she was attacked. It was actually two occasions. Mm-hmm. The first time she was attacked by the man, and then she was stalked. She was attacked by the man, and people did try to shout at him to get away from her from the windows. The second time, people did the second attack, which was the fatal one, was when there were people who actually attempted to call the police. They did call the police, and people did run outside to try to help her. And it is highly unlikely, examining the setup of May the 4th be with you all, it is highly unlikely later on in research they discovered it's very unlikely the way the apartment buildings were set up that 38 people could have possibly seen anything, because there's not enough windows.
Right, and in the movie,
into that area.
Anthony,
the
movie
kind of
it was different.
Changed the setting.
No, but I remember it. There was a courtyard, and there was buildings all over.
The courtyard's more well lit.
It just doesn't look like that.
It was portrayed kind of basing its facts on the Times article, which obviously was flawed.
Yes.
And the bystander effect became the most famous psychological theory of the time because of that. And as I said, ironically, the bystander effect doesn't really apply to this incident.
So what it was is that the entrance to her apartment was in the back of the building, and the front was occupied by stores. She shared the apartment with her girlfriend. And Mosley got out of the car and followed her. When he reached the doorway of her apartment, which was in the back of the building at 8262 Austin Street, she fell forward through the doorway crying out, I'm dying, because he went back to get her. Like, that was what was so horrible. And then,
I don't think we need to tell.
Okay, well, I won't go into detail.
I don't think we need to.
All right, but that was the address, if you were
Most people
interested.
kind of get it. That was the address.
Yes,
right?
that was the address.
Which is right around here.
It's right
This
there.
is Austin Street.
Yeah.
We're basically facing Austin Street right now. Well, not facing Austin Street.
We're
but
right across the street.
It's to this side.
Left. And
that
I'm going
way.
to go show it. I really would like to see, I don't know how far I am, but I want to go see if I can see where Charlie Chaplin lived, which is the cross street. So Charlie Chaplin lived.
Let me interrupt you.
Hi, thank you, Desi.
For the
That's
$4.99
Can't wait to
super
see
chat.
you too. We're going to have a blast. Maybe
Thank you
Anthony
so
can
much,
get another
Des.
sunburn.
CAK brought up a good point, which begs the question, basically, why did they report the story?
I don't know.
as fact?
Isn't that crazy?
I would think, to me, I would chalk something up like that up to wanting to get a scoop. It just sounded like a better
that's
scoop.
not
I'm
professional.
sure there were some people who kind of like, I think there were people who reported more people being able to see. Keep in mind that people will at times will say, oh, I heard this, I heard that, I saw this, I saw that.
Right.
Even when they couldn't.
Because now
There weren't that many windows facing the events.
and it was the middle of the night.
So some people probably did, and they probably went
Early
back
morning.
and they did some research. And then there's a tendency to want to, as a person,
Help.
which you shouldn't have as a journalist. I'm talking about the guys that
Oh.
wrote the article. You shouldn't want to, as a journalist, want to sell the story. You
Right.
should report the facts.
Thanks, Apple.
But there was a tendency to
Hi, Fawn
probably
Marie.
make a name for yourself.
Hi, Fonzie.
Get a better byline, tell the story
Well,
in a
that's
certain
not
way.
very
And it
professional,
sounded
is it?
like a more amazing story. I don't think they thought they were lying. I don't think they lied.
Exactly,
But they
Carol. That's
probably-
what I thought. It just seems so
I don't think
weird.
they thought they were lying, but they probably thought they were erring on the side of like telling the truth. Because
Hi, Emily. How are you?
in their heads, there may have been guys involved in the story, in the writing of the story, and in the investigation for the newspaper who thought, well, there were people there. They were right in a busy neighborhood.
The
Someone
lights
should
were
have
on.
done something. The lights were on. That doesn't take into account that many people probably couldn't actually see anything.
And also, yeah, because it was in the front and in the back of the building. But also, think about it yourself. When you are in a building, if you're in any building, and you hear a kid cry, and the kid's always crying, right? And then maybe you hear it a little bit louder. Do you go check? Think about it yourself. Do you check? Do you see if somebody needs help? Do you go see, or do you mind your business? It's just something to think about, right? It's really
in our
something to
apartment
think
before we
about.
left the house, we heard someone screaming
George.
like a banshee.
Yeah, but then there was another scream of the mother screaming at the kid after, so
Yeah.
you knew everything was all right.
Bad, lazy journalism.
Yeah.
That is true.
Hi, Louise.
Louise.
Well, and it was very shocking to me when I heard that it was the New York Times that...
Oh, yes. He was caught only 6 days later.
Yeah, he was caught. He was caught, went to jail for 52 years and died in jail. He was
in prison
82 years old.
52
But-
years.
So I wanted to just bring back my own little story of when I told the story of being in the diner with my parents when my mother was on oxygen, and I had 4 oxygen tanks in the back seat, and not in the back seat, in the trunk of the car.
Which is an example of the bystander
That's
effect.
right. And you see?
The next car
Do you
story
wanna tell the story? 'Cause
is
you're
an
better at it.
actual example
Of the bystander
effect.
effect. So you tell, you're better
Because
at it.
it was a situation where it
In
was
case no
not
one else
obvious
heard the story,
that it was
tell the
necessary to help out. So people in groups tend to think that the other guy is going to do something.
Correct.
That's the bystander effect.
So-
Danette we were in a diner
Not you,
with
the 3
guests.
of us.
I was not in a diner. I'm not with them. Danette, her parents were in a diner sitting in a bay window of the diner.
That faces the
facing
gas
facing a gas station.
on
the next
Northern
car was
Boulevard,
parked
across from
very
Leonard's of
close
Greatness.
to the gas station,
It
which
was called the
just a
Seven
small railing.
Seas Diner.
It was just
Okay,
a
good.
small railing. Danette's mother was on oxygen at the
She was
time.
very sick, yeah.
And those tanks were in the trunk of the car.
So I could
They
swap
were
them when
sitting
she
there
runs out
in
of
the
oxygen.
window, and they could see Danette's car parked there. A few feet away was the gas station, which you could visually see. Someone came in, made a mistake.
She backed up into the
gas pump.
What is it called? The pump.
The pump went
pump
over
fell over.
and caught fire.
It was
and
an
blew
explosion.
Into fire. And the fire was
The
very
car was
close,
on fire.
was crawling towards the cars in the
happened
parking lot.
so fast in
One
front of our
which
eyes.
is Danette's car.
Yes.
And Danette and the mother both asked people to like.
All right, let me stop
no
you there.
one else did anything.
Let me stop you there.
You can go on if you want.
So we saw it, and it happened in seconds, and it went up into flames. And my mother looked at me. She was sitting next to me. We were right next to each other. And she said, the oxygen tank. Like, she was so smart, even on oxygen. And she thought, it's going to blow, right? It's going to blow. So I keep it's just a habit I have. I keep my keys in my pocket, always. Never put it in my pocketbook.
Current
or
car
bag.
keys.
I keep my keys in my pocket. It's just something I do, all right?
Not the
just
ones
for
at that
emergencies.
time.
Well, anyway, no, not same car. Anyway, so I said, oh my God. And I jumped up, immediately jumped up, didn't grab my bag because I had my keys, right? And I ran outside to where the fire was to immediately move the car. I didn't think, I wasn't thinking because I was so afraid. To be honest, I didn't even think of the blowing of it. All I thought of was my mother needs oxygen. If she runs out of oxygen and there's no tanks, we're in trouble. That happened once before in the hospital, and I was, oh my God, I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. If someone's on oxygen and they need oxygen and they can't get it, like, she had 4 tanks because that's how high it was. That's how sick she was and how bad it was. And for us to take it to the diner was like a huge deal. We were having fun. She was eating with us. It was a big deal, right? So anyway, I ran to the car, and as I'm running to the car, I'm passing like where you pay for to pay your bill, and I scream, call 911. I scream it because I can't do it now. I have to move the car. Call 911. She goes, oh, someone else will call. I said, if I could curse, but I didn't. I said, do it now. I started screaming, do it now, 911. And I ran out the door. I moved the car. I grabbed the car with the smoke and the flames, and I drove it to the back of the building, far, far away. And I ran back in, and I said, did you call? And she said, no, someone else will call.
No, someone else
and I
will
was
do it.
so mad at this woman. She was
That
the
would
hostess.
be the bystander effect.
I was so mad. I was shaking. I was
She was
dialing
certain someone
911
That
to
is an
tell
example
them
of someone
what
else
was
thinking
happening.
that someone else will take care of it.
Exactly, and that's the story.
Because at the time, and which has been reported
Thanks,
since.
Apple. I just did what I had to do. I didn't think. I was thinking about my mother and her oxygen. When I got back inside and she said, oh, thank God, it would have blew. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think of that. Like, my mind wasn't there. My mind was my mother's oxygen. I was responsible for it. I wasn't thinking the car will blow and all of that. And it will come into the restaurant. But that is.
By the way, just so you know, Alicia
You would have
likes the
slapped
phone
her.
case.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just got it recently. Thank you. Thanks, Alicia.
It's very
So
it's
that
very-
is, yes, that is the bystander effect. Thinking someone else will do something when you just stand there and watch people get hurt. Another thing that happened that day was, I didn't see it because I ran to move the car. My mother and father told me that a man that was pumping gas on the other side stopped what he was doing and ran to the car up in flames. And he pulled her out. He dragged the woman out, and she was okay. But, like, I said to my mother, how the hell did that guy pull
You
her
were
out?
superhero, says Apple.
No, I wasn't.
then
You
that's
know who's the
super.
hero? That guy who pulled her out. Because that when she backed up into it. She didn't go forward, so you don't back up. If you see someone backing up in a gas station, be careful. Because some people don't know what they're doing. You know, when they back up, they hit, garbage pails and stuff. She backed up, and she backed up and she hit it so hard that it knocked down the entire thing and just blew. It just blew up into flames. And how that guy ran there and pulled her out, he must have said to himself, nothing. He just reacted. He just reacted. He just saved a life. That's the hero, not me.
Yeah, exactly. People just think that like someone else will do it.
Exactly, Nick. And what did I say to you the other day when we were live? I was driving on the highway on the Bruckner Boulevard. I saw a school. The roof was on fire. I saw the flames. I saw the smoke. You could see it miles away. I called 911 and they're like, really? What's your number? I'm like, excuse me, are you listening to me? So that means that no one else called when I called. I'm like, yeah, you can call me back. I'm driving. And I don't want to be in an accident, but I called and I said, the school's on fire. There might be kids coming in. It's early in the morning. I want you to please send the fire department. And eventually they called me back. And that was the story I was telling you the other day when I was on the Bruckner Boulevard, right now.
Yes. No, Finzi. There's a lot of kids here because it's still raining.
No, it's raining, but it's raining steadily, but
Many
it doesn't
of
look
them
like
are
it's
wearing
pouring.
boots.
And gold and silver shoes.
Yeah, silver shoes and silver boots.
All right, so let's see if we can find, I don't know how far away it is, but I'm going to see if I can find where Charlie Chaplin lived. I'm going to walk there, then I'm going to show you Austin's Ale House where, what's his name, lived upstairs. Rodney Dangerfield, and we're going to see if we can find, well, maybe we shouldn't find where the Genovese was. I don't want people.
You don't need to.
That's so sad. I don't even want
We talked about it enough.
Yeah, okay.
The Kew Gardens daycare, that's right.
By the way, if Martha's watching,
mess of
hi
kids
Martha! Shout out to Martha. Big hugs, girl. Anyway, Anthony has no idea what I'm talking about.
Who's Martha?
Who's Martha? Listen, you can, Martha is, Sonia's mom.
Oh. Hey,
Anyway.
Martha.
I gave my sister the Heimlich maneuver a couple
Sorry,
of
Martha,
Christmases
I
ago.
forgot
She
who you
showed me
were.
after I made her laugh while eating. So it was your fault,
I will now
Frank.
keep in mind who you are.
Frank, that's so good that you helped her. You're right, Alicia. New Yorkers are noisy, and that's why sometimes when you hear someone screaming bloody murder or it's over the top of their lungs,
We're just really over the top.
Check or just see. You know what I mean? Because somebody could be getting hurt, and they just need
Right
you
now,
to.
there's a bunch of New Yorkers that
you
are
know.
over the top loud.
Now, I'm not saying go towards crime, go towards, like, I don't do that. I run the other way, okay? I am not one to go towards a shooting or anything like that. But if you see something and you think that somebody may need your help, it doesn't hurt to call 911. Nothing's going to happen to you. Hi, Damien.
I disconnected the phone.
Okay, I'm going to go.
It's at 85%.
All right, Anthony, give me a sec. I want to just check it.
Hey, everyone. Look at my wonderful red
Okay,
nose.
do you want to hold this, put it in your pocket?
George would run the other way if Norman was getting mugged. You know, that would have. That's a thing.
Okay, we could show them.
There go
now.
the
Hold
kids.
on. There's the kids.
Yeah,
They're very excited. Look at him. Look at him. He's a hot mess. Look at that nose.
Look away. I'm hideous.
Look away. I'm hideous. Okay, so Anthony, you stay here, right, until you see me get back to that corner.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll walk together. I'm going to go down
All right, so I'm
Malbury
gonna
Street.
keep an eye out
So you
for
can
you.
look on your phone. Anthony's going to be in the chat. I'm going to be... Is that Virginia? Hold on. Did I just see Virginia?
I don't know.
No, I didn't. I thought I saw. It's funny how some of the what do you call it? Look alike, you know?
Some of the things look.
The emojis. Okay, so again, guys, I'll go really quick. If you just came in, let me show you. Oh my God, the rain is coming down. So we're at the Kew Gardens. This is the Kew Gardens train station, the Long Island Railroad. So, Alicia, you could come here if you wanted. This is the platform. This is the overhead over there. There's stores over there. But this was built, here was built so that people can get to the Maple Grove Cemetery. So the mourners will have a place that they can, at the time before the town was built. See, there's more of the town over there. So they can come and mourn in the cemetery. Now, right over here is the back part. Okay, I'm going to show you. This is the back of the seating area of Austin's Ale House. Austin's Ale House opens at 12 o'clock. This is the back part of it if you want to come at night and have a beer, have food, have drinks. And the and this is the Rodney Dangerfield plaque, because he lived above. Wait a minute, I just realized something. 8262. Hold on a minute. Is that the back? Hold on. Anthony, on my phone, look at the photos. Oh, here comes the train. Look, guys. All right, look at my photos for a second. I want to see something.
All right.
Just give me a second. Just go to photos. Yeah, now. Oh, now go to the right. No, go back.
Oh.
Just hit it again. No, down, down, down. Right there. Hit, now go to the right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. 105. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. More. More. Stop right there. 8262. Anthony, the address of 8262 is right here, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. I didn't realize. This is the back. This is where she came around. This is where Genovese came around to go to the back entrance. Oh my God, I didn't want to show it, but there it is. 8262. This is where she was. So she also is from the building, just like Rodney Dangerfield. All right, so let me, and then the front is by the stores, which is on the other side of this. Okay, I'm gonna go to 105 Mombry and see if it's really far. I'm not gonna walk that far, but I'll be back. He says, enjoy yourself. So 105 Mombry, if I'm saying that correctly, is where Charlie Chaplin lived. And I wanna see if we can find the house. If it's too far, like if it's like 7 blocks, I'm not gonna walk. Maybe we'll jump in the car, I don't know, we'll see. But, or maybe I'll take a picture and then put it in the posts. But let's see. Okay, so this is the street. Let me show you. Where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, forget it. I'll show you later. I'll show you when I come back around. It's hard to walk with my glasses. By the way, guys, the homes here are gorgeous. There's some homes here that are gorgeous and they're all unique. Okay, let's see what this number is. Right here, this building. These are the buildings that are here. Can I see a number? Is there a number? Look how old it is. Look at the, oh my goodness. All right, we'll go to the next one. We'll go to the next one. Hi, Chrissy. Oh, I could use a cup of coffee. I haven't had a thing today. Not a thing. I think I'm in the mood for an omelet. Okay, so look at the homes. They're gorgeous. This is just some of them. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, there's a doggy. Let's see. Let me walk. Maybe I should go across the street. Let me see. Let me get away from that guy. Maybe he doesn't want to be on video. I don't want to put him in a position. So I'll just go across the street. Here's where we are. Let's see what the numbers are. I'm suffering. I don't care effect about Norman's vegan tacos. Georgie. Okay, that's 116. Maybe it isn't that far. Look at the houses, guys. Look at them. Look at the houses. Okay, we're gonna go up this one. It's 105, so it's the other side. We'll go up this way and then go back around. Look at these people. They're redoing the house, the outside of the house. It's an old house. Somebody must have bought that and they're redoing it. The siding. They are huge, Carol. There's even bigger ones. And by the way, there's a lot of hills and valleys, a lot of ups and downs around here. See how I'm going uphill right now? And let's see, it's 105, so I'm feeling like maybe I can find it. I'm hoping. I mean, that street, that looks like a school straight ahead. I wonder if that's where Dangerfield went. PS 99, remember we read about it. Okay, look at this house. Look at that house they're redoing. Look at this one. And then look at that one, the white one next to it. Completely different. Completely different. Oh, Japanese maple. I love these. We had them in the yard when I was growing up. I have a picture of a big one where Anthony and I took a picture when we got married right under it. All right, let's see. Oh, is that a wisteria down there? Look at it. Look how far I walked so far. That was fast. Is that a wisteria hanging back there in the backyard? I love it. Look at this. All right. Now, what number are we up to? 104. Okay, it's across the street. Yes! I'm able to show you. I'm so excited. But let's get to the corner and go back around. Oh my God. Charlie Chaplin lived on this street. Can you believe it, guys? Charlie Chaplin. Oh, look at this. You have to be careful of these because when it's wet like this and raining, you could slip and fall. I don't know why I just told you that, but all right, here it is. Mowbray. Let's wait for this person to pass. Mowbray. That's the name of the street. 105. It is wisteria. Thank you, Frank. I love the wisteria. We had that in the yard too. 105 Mowbray Drive. That's what it is. And look, there it is. Public School 99. That's where Dangerfield went. It's a tiny little school. Look at it. It's very small. All right, so let's cross the street. I've driven through here 1,000 times. All right. Murray and Carol Berger, they named that also. Okay, here we go. Here we go, 105. It's going to be the next one. And then we'll go back down to Anthony and I'll show you the pizzeria. I'll show you the Kew Gardens Cinema, which is amazing. I didn't even get into that yet. I didn't even tell you guys about that yet. And the Austin Ale House. Okay, this is 103. So it's not this one, it's this one. Oh, look at it, guys. It's kind of small. Oh, look at this beautiful, beautiful, like purple, pinkish. Oh, it's kind of small. What? Here it is. 105. This is where he lived. Right here. There it is. There's the address right there. 105, right on the door. What? And this is where Charlie Chaplin grew up. Or lived, I should say, not grew up. You love the purple bushes? Wow. Look at that, guys. It looks old. It might have been maybe one of the first houses, right? Because it's brick. Look at it. It is a nice home. I would love to live there. I have a little garage in the back, a detached garage. There it is. Beautiful shrubs, right? This is 107. Okay, so let's go back to Anthony. You can hear the birds. It's very pretty here. Wow, I can't believe that. There's these other brick houses here. Hi, April. How you doing? I wonder how old that house is that they're redoing, because it really needs to be redone. Look at the little, look at the two houses, or actually all these houses on that side. They have that little window on the top. Do you see it? They all have different kinds of little windows on the top. Anyway, this is more modern looking. And then there's this one that's completely different. Completely different. With this obstructive, this thing is higher than me. It's I don't know, 8 feet, 80, I don't know. 8 feet, this gate. This house is cute. I like this one. It must be nice inside with the porch. Look at that. This is just one street. If I were to show you all the streets, this is one street. All the streets before this, before you get to Lefferts Boulevard, the homes are unbelievable. Mansions, and all different designs, which makes it unusual and pretty. And here's a weird one. This one has so many trees and so many bushes that you can't even see the front. Okay, so now we're gonna go see Austin's Ale House. And that's where Rodney Dangerfield lived, upstairs. Hi BB15, how are you? Hey everyone, thank you for being here. All right, Anthony, do you see me? Look, he's sitting there. Does he see me or does he not see me? Do I have to yell? Hello? Woohoo! Look at him. I gotta tell him to get up. What's he doing? Anyway. Here's here's the stores above. This is where Rodney Dangerfield lived. There's the Austin Ale House right there. That's where he lived, right above that restaurant. We passed here 1,000 times, never went. We never went to that restaurant. They opened at 12, like I said. And just want to see something else. And here's the other part, 8262. That was the address. 8262, which is right here. This old, fine furniture. But the entrance is in the back of the building, where I told you before. Anthony, if it was 8262, 8262 Austin Street is where she lived, then this was it. She lived up there. That doesn't sound right, does it?
It doesn't sound right.
It was this building, right? Was it this building? It was a building, wasn't it?
I think it was a building.
All right, watch that thing. Don't go down there. Hold on, I'll have to look that up again.
There was a delay, so I didn't know you were so close.
Oh, it doesn't sound right, Aunt. I believe someone could look that up. Maybe it was this building, 8260. Because there's a back. So I don't understand why it said 8262. Doesn't
Could be a
sound right.
different street. That could be a totally different street.
Oh my God! Look at this. He's gonna
It
hit
is
the car.
Lefferts.
All right, let's go. Let's move up. So anyway, this is Austin's Ale House. Oh, it's nice in there. Oh, you can't see it. All right, let's go, buddy. We're gonna have to look into that again because now I'm confused. I never really wanted to know where it was because it's so sad. But I mean, the Genovese woman. But now that I'm looking, it was on Austin Street. I don't know what Anthony's talking about. That's Lefferts Boulevard. No kidding. I'm talking about she lived on Austin Street, which would be this building right here. That's 8260. 8262 is this way. 8260 is here. Anthony, it was 8262 and 8260 Austin Street. This is Austin Street. This is 8260. This is Lefferts Boulevard. Yes, we're on Lefferts Boulevard now.
There's the Kew Gardens Cinema across the street.
It was 8270, says Carol.
That's it. 8270, which is...
Down there. That building down there. Give me a minute. Why did it say 62 then? So it's that building. I don't know. It doesn't make sense because it said that there was stores downstairs. There's no stores down there.
Yeah, so perhaps it is.
All right, well, I'll figure it out. Anyway, let's go here. You ready? Further research we need. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to find out. Don't worry. I am going to find out. 8270, that's what it was. 8270. You okay?
I'm okay, baby.
You're so frowsy looking at.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I know. Yeah, this is Lefferts Boulevard.
There's no doubt about it.
Oh, you know what? Look at the Kew Gardens Cinemas. They just recently put up the polar, not the polar, the solar panels. What?
It was in 1935.
Yeah, we can when we cross the street, we can tell more. So there it is. This is the whole cinema, except for down there at the bottom is a hair cutting place on the left, because that's like one of the first hair cutting places I was telling you about. There's more hair cutting down there, but this is the cinema. You ready yet? Come on. Go around there, okay, and I'll meet you. So this place, you could still buy tickets, or you can go inside, but at certain days, you could still buy tickets right here in the window. Look. This is it. This is the window, like olden days, right? Now, $5 Wednesdays. They also have $10 tickets if you come on Saturday and Sunday, first showing, and Thursday and Friday, first showing before the rest of the other times. Did anybody else know that there was a Lilo and Stitch movie coming out? All right, now, the thing that makes this... What's the matter with you?
I can't get up this hill.
You're not supposed to. You're supposed to go over there and go straight. What are you doing? Anyway, here, you can hold it. If you want to say something. Where's my phone?
Oh, in my pocket.
I think it may have stopped raining a little. I don't know. So look at the old architect. You see all the old architecture?
Yeah, the old architecture over here. These, a lot of this, it was done in like a Tudor style, I believe. I think the net read up on it. Because a lot of the buildings are in the same style in this neighborhood.
8262 was the back of the building and 8270 was the front. Now I get it. That's what I was reading. There it is. She lived at 8270 Austin Street, and the back was considered 8262.
Yes.
All right, which is odd. But anyway.
I'm glad these two are not first responders workers. They will never get to you on time, says George.
All right, so I was telling you about the theater before. All seats cost $10 on Bargain Tuesdays and Thursdays, with the exception of special engagements and holidays. On Mondays and Fridays, all seats cost $10 until 5, and on Wednesdays, all seats cost $5. So it must get crowded on here on Wednesday, with the exception of special engagement and holidays. On Saturday and Sundays, the first show of the day costs $10 for all seats, with the exception of special engagements and holidays. So, what I wanted to tell you is it's a small theater. We came here years ago when it was only like 2 theaters. Then they changed it to like 6, I believe, which I personally do not like, because the theater is so tiny, so small. They do have an upstairs and the bathrooms upstairs, and then downstairs is the tiniest little theaters. The things I remember about this place is that it's an art house, right? You'll see all independent films, new movies that come out. It's charming. Yes. It's a relaxing atmosphere. They sell coffee and cookies. They have homemade cookies that they make. They've been doing that for years.
One of the theaters still has the original stage set up, like where people could stand on.
It has vintage decor.
We actually saw a movie where they had people on the stage.
Yes, we did. They had some people on the stage that talked after the movie. Do you remember the movie?
The film was over. It was Psycho.
Psycho, right. Includes independent films, foreign films, first runs, and festival rarities. That's why we love coming here, because we love, and like I said, we've been seeing all these unusual movies that we've seen in our lives right here in this theater, and in their other location. There's another place somewhere else where we saw it. It was the Mamaroneck Cinemas. Mamaroneck Cinemas had a little ramp, and it had we'll talk about that later, but. So the owner now is Anthony Elgart. Anthony Elgart is the son of the original owners. So it's family owned. That's the other thing I want to say. It's family owned. It's been here forever. Right, Anthony?
Yes. Now, for a while, it was sold and changed hands. And United Artists, I think, owned it for a while.
Go ahead.
I think United Artists owned it for a little while. Then it kind of came back to being owned by a single family.
Come over here. Right. So
it was built in '35, and it was an Art Deco
It's gone through
theater.
a lot of changes. Is the point?
It's as Tommy G pointed out. It had an adult theme in the 1970s.
In the 70s, yeah. We didn't come here back then. We were kids.
And it was we were kids.
I mean, like children.
And for all intents and purposes, it was fairly successful.
Yes.
Doing that, even in the 70s.
That's what I read,
when
anyway.
And it was eventually bought and turned
Then it
back
did
into
bad.
a regular theater.
Right.
When it had kind of gone downhill again. And the guys that bought it, like, kind of stripped it down and
Yes.
brought out the old Art Deco decorations.
Sorry. And also when you go in, listen, I want to tell you a few things, and then we're going to go in. Hopefully there's a signal.
Hopefully there's
We
a
actually
signal.
love this place. We
Yes.
haven't been here in so long, and it's,
Gertrude with the clappers in the chat.
Thanks,
Look at the
Gertrude.
clappers. Don't they look good?
I love it. Anyway, so I want to tell you a few things. So the last time we were here, I really was disappointed because that was around the time that they had made the downstairs into like from 2 or 1 to like 3 or 4. I don't know. And it's been a while, right? And then the pandemic came and we stopped going to theaters and all of that. But the thing that I always loved about this theater is the lobby. The lobby has huge posters. When you go in, you're going to see the posters.
The posters.
They're gorgeous. And this theater is the only theater, listen to this, guys. This is the only theater that has printouts of the synopsis of the movie, who the director is. Oh, I'm sorry. Anthony, come over here.
Whoops.
I was trying to get out of your way. That's why I was... All right, stay right there. That's good. Yeah, it's raining. That's why you would come out and clean the... She's annoying. But anyway, that's me. I can't help it. I see everything. I'm sure she's nice. Anyway,
I'm sure she's a
so when we
lady.
used to go in there, see Anthony, let me just say really quick, Anthony was the type that would read all the reviews. He was the type that loved reviews, and he wanted to see what to watch.
I still do.
And he goes and sees people's opinions. I am the complete opposite. We're two different people. I don't want to see the reviews because I don't want anybody to tell me what to think. I want to go in fresh, know nothing. And then I want my opinion. And then, when this is like serious, because Anthony and I would go to the movies, then we'd go to dinner or coffee or whatever, and we talk about the movies because we love movies so much, especially independent films, arty films, films that are from other countries, things where you see people like in Pakistan, and we love that. We love to see movies that are out of our realm, out of our neighborhood.
Gertrude says, a nice, wonderful, annoying lady.
Right. Anyway.
You can be annoying and be nice.
I'm annoying sometimes. Well, anyway,
and
so...
that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I am. Well, what are you going to do? You love me, don't you?
I do.
Anyway, so we're two different people when it comes to theater, but we both love theater. Well, you could turn this off. You could take this off now. We both love theater. We both love to go to the movies. We love all kinds of movies. Thank you, honey. And anyway... So, it's so heavy. Anyway, so I didn't want him telling me. When he would tell me about a movie, I would be pissed off. I'd be like, oh, shush. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what this one thinks. I don't care what Siskel and Ebert think. Again, we both love Siskel and Ebert, don't get me wrong. But I wanted to see it when
like to be
it was
fresh.
months ahead, and they never
fresh.
gave anything away, or after the movie, and see who I agreed with, right? Because I wanted my opinion to count. I wanted to get the full effect of the movie. And I wanted to see, especially the ones that were from out of country, the ones that were independent, because I wanted to see things from a different lens, and I wanted to make my own opinion. And then when I did that, we would discuss it, and that was so much fun. It was just the two of us. So like my parents didn't see independent films. Eventually they did when they got older, and it would come out on, on DVD or whatever, on VHS, and then we'd watch it together and we'd share what we saw here. Remember that, Ed? Mm-hmm. We would watch movies here and we'd share when it came out with my parents, and then my mother would love it. and we would discuss it with her, right?
That is
well,
correct.
anyway,
For those who asked how long we lived in Queens, 15 years
15
now.
years, which I cannot even believe. Well, anyway, getting back to what I was saying. So when you come to this theater, you can come in, walk in, and you would see the synopsis on 1 or 2 pages that they would print out right next to the
Yes,
poster.
hanging on the wall,
and it would
really
say
big.
like who the producer was, when it was released. Remember all of that?
Yes.
I don't know if they still do that or not. And Anthony would read it, and I'm like, Anthony, you already chose what you wanted to see. What are you reading it again for? But I like to read it after. So I would read it when the movie was over, which in a way was kind of like a handicap, because then I would see a movie I didn't like and I'd be like, well, why didn't we go see that? But most of the time we saw what Anthony wanted to see. And eventually we got to all the movies. We all
Most of the time we saw what Anthony wanted to
That's
see.
right.
And Danette very rarely regretted it. She
Right.
always did.
Very
Now,
rarely.
I'm going to be honest, and Danette will be honest too. When the few times that happened where Danette picked the movie,
It was never good.
many times we regretted it. I'm
No,
just saying, I'm not saying, but Danette had some poor like picking powers. I like what Fawn said here.
So we haven't been to the theater in years
I have not
now.
been able to go to the movies with my mom in 45 years. She talks and asks questions
Oh,
during the
no,
film.
that's the worst
And Fawn,
experience.
You have one of those people in your family.
Oh, well, that's what happens
Deborah,
when we...
how you doing?
Hi, Deborah. And that's what would have happened with my father when we would rent the movies. My mother would be we would grab the clicker from him and stop it and say, all right, Alan, when are you going to shut up? We're watching the movie here.
Gertrude
Remember?
said to Fawn that's why she stopped taking her sister to concerts
hi,
with her.
Fields. What? Oh, let me just see. What's the power? You good?
65.
Okay,
that's
good.
Right.
All right, let's go in, guys. Now, before we go in, and look, it shows you when it releases. This stuff releases. Do you have anything to add before we go in? Because we haven't been in here in years, so I want to see if they changed it.
I don't know. Let's see what
There's
happens.
a little room to the left that's like a production room. It's so much fun.
out here, the signal is rather strong. So
Okay,
if you
let's
want
see
to show
what happens. Let's go. Oh yeah, they still have that room. Oh, and by the way, you can buy movie posters here for $10. Oh really? Yeah.
I'll let me grab these things.
Guys, you can look at this. Look at the size of this poster. Look at the size of this poster. Look at it. Anthony, go stand next to it. And look, this is what I was telling you. Look, they sell the posters for $10. Remember I told you that? Look at the size of this poster. It's huge. It's huge. Look at it. And stay still and smile for a minute. Okay. There's a smaller one. Look, guys. Look at it. They restored the ceiling. Look at it. It's gorgeous in here. Look, guys. Look at it. It's so old. And they have the movie. There's the bathrooms. They have the old bathrooms. There's some of the, and there's the theater. You go down at the bottom there, or you go up the stairs. This is where they, and look. What? Oh, okay. This is where they take your, like when you buy your ticket, they take your ticket here, like the olden days. And look.
Folks, you're all good to do that in the lobby. Just make sure you don't.
Oh, no. No, I won't. We're about to leave in a second. Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't want to show the staff. Okay, I don't see the, oh, here it is. This must be, this is a smaller version. Look, guys, it's a smaller version of what the movie's about. Look at that. It says the name. It says how many minutes. And it's a small, they used to have like the whole paper, but this is just a small synopsis of it. Accountant 2, Bonjour Tricé, Borbad, Bengali, Daji Bengali, hit the third case. Raid 2, Hindi, Sinners, and Thunderbolts. And you can walk in and you'll see the times right on the paper. Everything's paper. Isn't that crazy? Here's the other theaters, by the way. There's one in Williamsburg, one in Cobble Hill, and one in Mamaroneck. We've been to the Mamaroneck one several times.
You can only do it with cell phones. Should be cash or card?
1935, this place opened. They still have the old, look, it's brick, and they have the old, like, curtains. And if you go over here, not to show anybody, but if you go over here, this is the little area that you can wait. And look at the old movie stars. Look at this video, look at this picture right here, this photograph. It's just a little room where you can wait, and it's called Austin. It used to be called the Austin Theater. And this is the little room that they get the tickets from outside. Remember when you saw it outside? Yeah. So you walk in, you buy your ticket here, and then you go over to the end, and they'll take your ticket. And now, actually, Thunderbolts, and actually now they have the seating, like the modern seating, whereas when we were here, it was the old seats. It was the old seats. Anthony went into the bathroom, so I'm waiting for him. Starting Friday, certain features, open captions on screen. Oh, that's cool. Here's some letters. Whenever Kew Gardens is mentioned, I think of the Kew Gardens Cinema as an art house that rivals the best of Manhattan. First opened in 1935, it is easily accessible by the E or F train to Union Turnpike and the Long Island Railroad. Even before 1935, Kew Gardens had a history with the movies. It was the place where many stars lived while filming in Astoria before the move to Hollywood. Will Rogers, George Gershwin, and some people contend Charlie Chaplin all had been in Kew Gardens. Originally called the Austin Theater, it had one screen that showed double features with a stage, grand curtains, and lounge. By the early 1960s, Rug-Off Theaters had taken it over to feature art films. The ownership passed to United Artists, which showed commercial films. At some point, it became a porno movie theater, which lasted well into the 80s. It was dark for several years. Then the current owner, Harvey Elgart, took over. They expanded the complex from one large screen, restored the interior of their Art Deco glory, and started running art films again. Vintage movie posters were installed throughout the theater, and the original neon Austin Theater sign was hung in the lobby. I just showed that to you in the other room. The bill of fare for Kew Gardens Cinemas is what you would expect: Woody Allen, foreign language films, and documentaries. It is a haven for the thoughtful moviegoer. So this is what, oh, you're right next to me. You scared the crap out of me. But look at
You don't want to go in the bathroom because Frank Sinatra's playing in there.
Frank Sinatra's playing in there? Why would I go in there?
I don't know.
Anyway, no, there's no bed bugs because they redid. Oh, he doesn't want me showing that. They redid it. They put those new like movie seats. That you have to tell them where you want to sit now. Remember those seats?
Yes.
So actually, we could come
You
here
have to
now.
pick your seat.
It would be just have to see. We have to see what's ever on the bottom because you can't go up the stairs. I forgot there was a bathroom down here too. And by the way, guys, I just wanted to let you know the other thing I wanted to tell you about Kew Gardens. Digital. The other thing I want to tell you about Kew Gardens is this area is known and still is for airline pilots and workers to come here because it's so close to the airports.
This is some 49,000
Can you
live in
believe
this
it?
area.
So they
use
live
it as
they,
a crash pad.
Yeah, this is where they are because of LaGuardia and Kennedy. And as you can see, the homes are gorgeous. But Anthony,
Pilots and flight attendants.
I think I'm going to go to use the restrooms.
You can use
You
the
grab
restroom.
this.
Say hello to
I'll
Frank
take-
Sinatra with.
I'll
while
take
you're in
this.
there.
If it's raining, just
These
wait
guys.
over there. If it's not raining,
Should I go outside?
yeah, go or if you want to stay here.
or
But
hang
you
out
can
over
stay
here.
here, but show yourself. He doesn't want you to show the employees
Okay.
for their safety.
Did you show up here? There are the, what do you call it? Some of the Art Deco designs. I'm gonna stay over here. I'm gonna flip this around. Used to be Idlewild, that is correct. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? It's me. Yours truly. As Fields, how you doing? If you're looking to date pilots or similar, yes, this would be the neighborhood for you to hang in. If you're looking for flight attendants and pilots, this might be the neighborhood you might roam around in. There's a couple of like places, and one of their big hangouts apparently for people in the flying around industry is the Austin Ale House across the street. Is Austin Ale. So that's one of the big hangouts for them. Let me see if I can pop you guys back in for electricity. I don't like it to run down. I want to keep it as fired up as possible. So, excuse me for flipping you around a little bit much. Oh, I thank you so much, Strawberry. Really appreciate that. Appreciate you saying that. It's still hard for me to get around, but I can get around a little better now than before. Is that bathroom stuck in the 1900s? Yeah, and it's one of the restroom. Actually, I want to talk about that. The restroom is my least favorite type of thing. They have one of those sinks where you press a button down and then the water comes on, and then as the buttons slowly starting to go up until the water goes off. So in order to rinse off your hands, you have to continuously press the button down. You have to press it down, rinse your hands, then you put soap on, then you gotta press the button and rinse your hands, press the button, rinse your hands again. Then you gotta walk like 8 miles over to where the dryer is. Hey, let me show you. Oh yeah, wait a minute,
Anthony,
let me show you.
I've never heard that
Show
song
that again.
before. Frank Sinatra, 5 Minutes More. Did you ever hear that song? 5 Minutes More.
I think I might already.
Bruce Willis, A Good Day to Die Hard.
Willis, a
Let's
good
see
day
what else
to
they
die.
have.
Oh yeah, you did say outside they sell movie
Yes,
posters
they
here,
do.
which is true in here. They are.
These are, oh wow, what is this? Oh, it's inside out. Oh, there it is. Oh my
War
goodness.
of the Rohirrim.
The Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim.
We never saw this movie.
No, we didn't. It's an animated
I never heard of it.
film. A Vicious Cycle, Anthony. That's right. I told him about how in the bathroom they have one of those sinks where you got to keep pressing the button
You
down.
get this and then you got to press it. And then, yeah,
And then
that's
you
what
got to
takes you
press
so
it and
long.
press it and press
Let's
it.
see what this one is, this blue one. This looks like a...
That looks like a nice one.
Oh, I recognize him.
Oh, it's Moana 2.
Oh, how'd you know it was 2?
Sitter number 2, I think, is up in there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there it is on the other side. The other side is the more colorful side.
Yeah, I think it's... They do both sides. I didn't know that until just now, when I just saw the other one.
Yeah, because his sword looks like a number 2.
Let's see what this one is.
We got
Monsters,
Monsters University, I think.
Monsters University.
MU. Of course, I'm joking, says S. Fields. Oh, S. Fields so this said, so that if you're looking to, if you're interested in dating like pilots and whatnot.
Mickey 17 with Mark
Mickey
Ruffalo.
17.
I love Mark Ruffalo. And Tony
And Robert
Collette. We didn't
Pattinson.
see this either. We have
No,
to
I've
see
never seen that.
We're so behind, Anthony. I've never even heard of it, did you?
Can I see Moana 2 if I haven't seen Moana 1? I think you should probably see 1.
You should see the first one.
You should see the first one because I think it kind of comes off of number 1. So as Field said, like, yes, I said,
What did she say?
this might be the kind of, it might be you want to live here, you want to hang around this neighborhood if you're looking to date a pilot. She said she's just joking. Yeah, if you're into flight attendants and pilots, this might be your neighborhood.
Oh, what's this one's pretty. Oh, I see Lady Gaga, I think. Oh, the
What is it?
Joker.
Oh, it's the Joker, is it part 2?
The Joker.
The second Joker.
The world stage. We didn't see that either. We're so
No.
behind.
We're
man.
behind a lot of
Oh
movies.
my God, Anthony! I was
I
showing
want a
him.
movie poster, says George.
Look, Anthony,
How much are the posters?
$10.
Sonia said,
$10. Some of them are like ripped a little, but
yeah, some of them are a little
these
bit
are the
like,
original posters. They're this
yeah, 'cause
size.
these are real movie posters, just so you know.
I had a friend that he was going out with a girl and she stole it in a theater once. I was like, really? Meet Stuart, Kevin, and Bob, the Minions.
It's the Minions.
Anthony, you see what they have now? They have a smaller version of the
Yes,
synopsis.
they're both on Disney.
I showed it to them already. I'm telling you. They have
Oh, yeah, I
a
saw.
smaller version instead of like.
Instead of the big ones,
Yeah,
like
what
they
they used to
have.
do. What they used to do is they used to put like, let's say this was the movie here, like this one,
Yes.
right? They would put the paper on here. Do you remember
Yes.
that?
Yes, I
They
do.
show it. You had to plug
Yeah,
it in
it
again.
would be. I wanted it was down to 50%. So
it would be like
it would
be like a whole page, and sometimes a second page if it was long.
Yeah, it would be like Danette said.
It would be like
Let
stuck
me,
on here.
give you an idea. It would be like, say, right here
And then in the
would be
corner
like
here.
a full thing that you could read.
A paper.
Like would tell you about the movie.
But now it's just a small synopsis.
Did you go in the waiting room?
Yes, but now there's no people in there. You want to go in some more?
Yes.
There
This
might
is
be
the
somebody
waiting
to the
room.
left. There's the original Austin. That's
Austin
the original,
Film.
because it used to be called Austin Theater.
The Austin Theater was
And look
originally
at the
called.
old things.
Some of these old things on the
Yeah, I
wall.
showed them this. And Anthony, this is the room where they take
Oh, thank you, Apple Martini, for the Joker poster.
Oh,
Oh,
you
for
want
a
that?
You want that,
Hold
Apple?
on, hold on.
$10 for the Joker. You got it, Apple. There she
You
is.
know that I'm not
She's searching.
a joker. Oh my god.
There it is, right in your hand.
Is this it? Okay. Right here, you get it.
Here, make sure, open it up and let's see if she
This is the
still
one
wants
she
it.
wants. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, just leave them on the floor.
Man, it's beautiful, Anne. Imagine putting that on your wall.
This one.
Gorgeous.
Wait, let me
It
get
has
it.
some apple. It has some cuts in the middle. Do you still want it?
I don't know. You joke. My Joker. You don't know my Joker Harley. So
Is she
you
saying
want it?
it? She wants it?
You want it, Apple?
Did she say she wants it?
I'm gonna ask it. I'm gonna double check.
Well, she
You
gave
want it? Because Danette
$10,
has
so
it
she
in her
must
hand.
want it.
You definitely want it?
All right, give me some money. I have no
Yay.
money.
Danette, Apple says. All right, I'm gonna give Danette some money.
It took years for his wife to really accept it.
I'm giving Danette some money. She's purchasing the poster. She's making a poster purchase, and I'm standing over here since the guy's gimbal shy. Everybody's gimbal shy. Now I'm gonna disconnect you from my wire. No more cookies. Over 200 fulls of works and shorts alone that played at Sundance this year. So hard to keep up, says April. What?
Yeah.
No more
They
cookies?
They stopped making the cookies.
They stopped making the cookies. What was the excuse?
I wonder if they still have coffee anymore.
I don't know. Do you still have
No,
coffee?
he says they stopped the cookies, but they got a slushing machine.
They got a slushy machine
Okay, come with me.
to replace
ready?
the cookies.
Bye, theater. We're coming
Bye,
back here.
theater.
Coming back. I want to see the foreign films. Yeah. Look, here it is on the outside. If you don't want to walk in, do you see it? Be careful where you go. See, it says
Yes.
it right here, and it says the times.
It says the times.
Yeah. Anthony,
Which
be careful
movies
where you
currently playing are Accountant 2, Bonjour Tristesse, Burbad Bengali, Dag Bengali, Hit the Third Case Telugu, Raid 2, which is a Hindi film, Sinners, and Thunderbolts.
Here's the
The
Bengali
new MGM
with English
film.
subtitles.
Bengali
Which,
with
yes,
MGM
Anthony and I like
with
that. Look,
English
here's the
subtitles. And here's the Thunderbolts.
Here's the Bonjour Tristesse. See, it's right on the
Bonjour
outside.
Tristesse.
Just walk by. Yeah, that's look. Toronto Film Festival winner
Yes.
and Palm Springs Film Festival. Here's the Accountant.
The
Here's
Accountant
the
2.
Sinners.
The Sinners.
So this is-
Sinners is also
Yeah.
playing
So
here.
this is how you know it's playing if you're driving by. You just look at the pictures.
Yes. And coming soon are Michelangelo, Amore, Immort.
A Streetcar
and
Named Desire.
Streetcar Named Desire, I guess a new version.
With these people. I forgot her
Julie.
name.
Michelangelo on May 25th. And Lilo and Stitch will be here on May 22nd.
Yes. Okay.
And Mission Impossible May
Now follow
22nd
me
as
and
well.
go this way.
And now I'm going to follow
I don't
Danette.
want you to fall, so come this way.
I'd say the peach and the font and the line and tree line, but it sounds suggestive, says Gertrude. Look, there's Danette. Danette's got Danette's got to put the poster in a safe, non-rained-on area in the trunk of the car.
Do you remember when we went to New Hampshire and I bought the poster of Rear Window?
Yes.
And it cost $10, the same price.
Yes.
Do you remember?
I do.
Anthony, go this way. There you go.
What?
Go this way. Show them the... I'll meet you there. Okay, let's just look on. Show them the Dangerfield.
Yes. Come for a little walk with Anthony. I'm going to show you a little Rodney Dangerfield mural back here. There's a little tiny mini park. This is kind of a mini park back here behind the theater. Plenty of pigeons.
So Anthony,
And there's Rodney.
this is the back of, or the side and back of the theater. This is the
I don't
theater.
get no respect.
See
Yeah,
the
this is
stairs?
the back of the theater essentially.
That's like the
You see there's a
emergency
staircase, emergency exit from the top floor.
exit. And 1 year,
And this is the
here-
emergency back entrance
One year
on the
we
bottom
were here,
floor.
we went to the theater, and we came out of the theater, and when we came out, they had the whole family was here. Do you remember?
Yes, there was
Rodney
a...
Dangerfield's daughter, the granddaughter.
It was
the
like a
son,
celebration of his
whoever it
birthday
was.
or his passing
yeah,
day.
It was, I think it was 2017, yeah?
Yeah.
It might have been when they put that, that we showed over there at the train station.
Yes.
And this is right across from where he lived at Austin Street. Okay, you ready? Let's move along.
Yeah, we got a little splash, but that was from the wind.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, it's easy.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, you could do it.
All right. Anyway, so this is where they had this whole ceremony here honoring him, and someone had put the picture there. Now remember, that's where he lived, right there above that awning there, that maroon awning, is the Austin's Ale House, not the maroon one, the green one, the green one down there. That's where we started, and that's where Rodney Dangerfield lived. Oh my God, it's like. I did, but now it looks like it's. I think it's just the tree bringing down the water. Because I put one of the umbrellas away.
That's all right. It's cooling off my fried skull.
Your fried skull. Yeah. So there's Austin's Ale right there, that green awning, and then Rodney Dangerfield lived right up there, right on the top. And in that block was Charlie Chaplin. Here's the.
You have your...
Yes. Do you want it?
Oh no, just it.
And then here is the, come on, let's walk up here. Here is the Kew Gardens Theater, once called Austin Theater because we're on Austin Street. And we're going to now walk over to the pizzeria, right, Ann?
Yes.
Let's show them. Now, the pizzeria opens at 2. What time is it? 20 minutes. All right, keep going. Just go slow.
Too slow for you, you
No,
could
we're
run
going together. I'm not going to run ahead. They're not open till 2 anyway. So how is everybody else doing on the chat here? 108 people, Anthony. Here's some other ones coming. Look, this looks interesting.
The
Isn't that-
Phoenician, which
what's
I've
that?
heard the title of.
Benicio del Toro. I love him. He's a great actor.
If something gets in your way, flatten
Wow. Wait a minute.
The Phoenician scheme.
Look at all the actors that are in this one.
Oh, this is a Wes
Wow.
Anderson film.
Oh, Wes Anderson. Okay, we definitely have to see that. Anthony loves Wes Anderson.
Bad Shabbos.
Bad Shabbos. This looks good.
This looks good. June 6th.
Materialists.
Materialists on June 12th.
Okay.
Dakota Johnson.
Eli.
Do something good again.
So here's where it starts. See, there's another
One
old
more shot,
cinemas.
Dakota.
An old cinemas sign.
Here's a Disney Pixar, Elio, coming out on the 19th.
Hi, Pat. How are you doing? Look, and there's the old, what is it called, Anthony?
Marquis.
Marquee. And actually, it's showing you what's
That is
playing.
the very original.
Yeah, and it's showing you what's playing. Now we were here the last time. We got a bagel here. It was pretty good. Baker's Dozen, it's called. All these stores are so old. There's the old time pharmacists. You don't see them too much anymore, right? And in this neighborhood, by the way, a lot of things are not open. A lot of places in New York City are not open on Sunday, especially in these neighborhoods where it's like traditional small towns, because they think of Sunday as their day off, as a day of rest. So a lot of these businesses are closed on Sunday. Maybe that's the reason they open. Well, they open at 2 every day, right?
I think they open. Yeah, I think they open
Every single day. They do, but why?
I don't know.
Look at this. Kew Gardens historic homecoming.
2024. They'll be celebrating the
That was last year then.
Anniversary. They grew, just like we were talking about, they grew with the Long Island Railroad.
Right.
Remember you were telling?
It was called the Hopedale
Station.
I
was
remember
built in
reading about
1875 and was located on Queens Boulevard near Union Turnpike. It was followed by the Maple Grove Station in 1879, located behind the Mowbray and Kew Gardens Plaza apartments on Austin Street, and served cemetery funeral trains.
Less than 30 years later, both the Maple Grove Station and tracks were replaced with the new electrified main line on the current right of way with the new Kew Gardens Station. So that's what it used to look like, Ann. Look at that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
That's the original. Here's
You don't have to point to it. You could just read it, Ann. You want to read it?
Mueller's Goldfish Pond, named after August Mueller. It was located between today's 82nd Road, then called Mueller Avenue, and 82nd Avenue, then called Lefferts Avenue, just west of present-day Queens Boulevard, in an area then called Maple Hill Park. The pond was formed during the Ice Age and fed by an underground spring, and it fell victim to developers in Kew Gardens' early years and does not appear on any maps after 1915.
Wow.
So this pond vanished after 1915.
It's very historic here.
Oh, Crystal Lake, the home of Jason Voorhees.
Hi, Beverly. Crystal Lake was a vernal seasonal pond created during the Ice Age, as it was drained to make way for the Kew Gardens Long Island Railroad Station. The Homestead Hotel now sits on the site. It was a water hazard of the Richmond Hill Golf Course, which became the Kew Gardens housing development. The lake was drained in 1909.
How about that?
Why is Kew Gardens called Kew? In 1910, the Long Island Railroad opened a new station called Kew. Trains could now reach Penn Station in only 15 minutes. In 1912, Kew separated from Richmond Hill and was renamed Kew Gardens, inspired by its namesake in England and neighboring Forest Hill Gardens.
There you go.
That's exactly what we were saying. Lefferts Boulevard shopping. Look how old that is. Look at that. Kew Gardens' first grocery store was in the Homestead building on Lefferts Boulevard Avenue and Cuthbert Road. While the business failed, it was taken over by Herman Heyer. In the 1920s, it became Frudenberg and Spreckles grocery store and renamed so until after World War II, when new owners turned it into the Homestead Gourmet Deli. See, it's closed. How sad is that? We used to go there too. And this is where it is, right here. This is the corner. This is where the Homestead Deli was, right on the corner. We're up here right now. We're actually standing here, and this is where it is at the end.
Yes, it's down a little
See, and it's right there. So that means that there's this little bit of area, and then the theater is over here, which came later, though. Hi, Virginia. How you doing? Okay, so here's the Our Point Vecchio. The Lefferts Boulevard Bridge was constructed almost 100 years ago and is the commercial heart of Kew Gardens. According to local historian and PBS TV host Barry Lewis, the store's bridges run through the building's roofs, with the storefronts hung from the bridges like a curtain on a rod. This engineering principle is similar to the one used for the Point Vecchio in Florence, Italy in 1565. So let me show you. Yes. Yes, and those are the ones I showed you. I showed you this, guys, when we were by the train station. The train is literally under us right here. The Long Island Railroad. This was the stores that I showed. I said I'd show you later. These are sitting right on top of that
of a bridge.
Exactly. There's nothing. There's no basement under those stores.
So yes.
Okay, let's see what this one
And this is the reason why, if you look at it earlier, Nick made a comment that like walking through this neighborhood, you almost feel like you're in a European neighborhood.
Yes, absolutely, Nick. Look at the top of the building over there. Look at that.
Looking
Look at
at
the
these
old
old
buildings.
buildings.
Well, this is what's fun is that there's architecture there. These is old. You see how old they are, and then those are old. Look at them up there. But let's get to the next one. From Country Club to Kew Gardens Cinema. The Kew Gardens Country Club occupied the site of the Kew Gardens Cinema and Posh Hair Salon, which is the one that's on the corner there, serving as a recreational center for both the residents and club members. The club's tennis courts were in the back of the clubhouse, extending down Austin Street past the site of the present-day Kew Gardens post office. Now, the post office was to the... If Anthony kept walking when he showed you that the back of the theater, if you keep walking, right next to it to the left is the post office. And here is the post office.
No, that's the clubhouse.
The clubhouse.
And this was all torn down eventually, and the cinema
And
was
here's
built
the
in
cinema.
1935.
And this is what we just saw. We just came out of. That's where we're walking. There's the cinema right there. So we're still walking, just a few more, and then we'll show you the rest.
100 years.
Looking west from the Blvd Street, formerly Willow Street, Metropolitan
And that's
Avenue
what it looks like today.
So this is Metropolitan Avenue. This is what it looked like before. Where's Joe Taylor? He loves this stuff.
And do you recognize which these buildings are from? Like here, there's some Gothic architecture you'll see here, Spanish Romanesque revival.
So that's what that is, Spanish.
Which you can see ahead of us.
Art
The Art
Deco.
Deco touches on a lot of the buildings. American Colonial.
Which we passed that when I was up at the street.
The Collegiate Gothic.
That's the Public
which
School
is the
99.
Public school is in that style.
Which is the school that Dangerfield went to as a kid.
And a lot of these places, the Tudor
And here it
Revival
is, the
style,
homestead.
like those places across the street,
Right.
and where the homestead is around the corner.
Right, that's the store. Have any of you? Hi, Karina, Brad. How you doing? Hi. Have you guys ever been to this place? Ever? I wonder.
An English cottage style.
This is it. This is it. This is what I showed them. Look at it.
Yeah, that's the place that it was showing.
No, that's Charlie Chaplin's house.
That's the English cottage style.
Yeah, that's Charlie Chaplin's house.
And here's an example of
Spanish
Spanish
Revival.
Another style.
Another style. So there it is. This is the house I walked to and showed you Charlie Chaplin lived in.
So last year was their 110th anniversary.
Yes, last year. Now there's Dani's. So you see we're walking across the train. And if you go across the street, there's stairs to get to the train. You can still get to the train. And there's Dani's. That's the pizzeria. And it's on a corner. It's on a funny spot.
Downhill.
Yeah, this is really downhill. So there's Danny's Pizza that is not opening up till 2. Here's a new place, Tiki Tiki. Oh, and you guys may know this place. It's called Sing is Famous. They sell pizza. Remember we tried it once, Aunt?
Yeah.
It's little individual pizzas. Now, right over there, let me see if I could see it. Oh my goodness, it turned into a deli, Aunt. I can't even believe it. You see, Anthony? That used to be another hairstyling place right there. And then right next to it is another hairstyling place. And when you go on, there's more hairstyling. Remember I told you there's a lot of hairstyling place. Remember I told you that Richmond Hill is right next to Kew Gardens, and that's where D.D. Ramone lived, and the Ramones lived, and they practiced. And D.D. Ramone was a hairstylist at Bergdorf Goodman before he became part of the Ramones. And he was the one that cut Joey Ramone's hair and made it into the hairstyle that everybody loved, or that he had for years. There's another hairstylist place over there. There's the train station next to Dani's. See, Dani's takes up a weird corner. Let me stop pointing. And then down there is the train that I mentioned. And then up here, up this hill, are all these amazing houses. Hi V, how you doing? Hi Nabul. Here it is. It's still here, but it's not here. It's closed. It's so sad to see this. I think they have Christmas. They have Christmas bulbs. Yeah, this is the Tudor Revival building we were talking about. It's so sad. We used to come here all the time. We used to come here all the time. And right here, this is it. The homestead gourmet shop. When I found out they closed, I was so sad about it. Look at this. They still have the doilies. And this is where they would put the strudel. They put the strudel out here. They used to make chicken pot pie. They had, like I said, cheeses from all over the world. And this is the corner. I hope you don't get sick, Anthony. Look. And this is the whole corner here. Hi, Ronnie.
It's amazing that they still have the Christmas clothes hanging, which they always had up.
There's another salon. There's a nail place. Another salon. There's, yeah, I know. They always had it up. There's men's hairstyling. Okay, it's starting to rain.
I love the Ramones history, says George.
Oh my goodness, George.
It's so
now I
interesting.
met a person.
Karina Thompson in the house. And
Yes.
Raven, how you
I
doing,
didn't
kids?
want to say this, but since you mentioned it, George, let me just mention this.
Oh, all
I
right.
met a person. Here you go. You can have it. Although if it starts to rain, I'll have to get back under. But let's move back here. So I met a person who I worked with who lives around here. She lives in Kew Gardens. And she told, look at this, there's a mirror. Hi. She told me that, I don't know if it's true. I mean, she would have no reason to lie. And she pretty much she's older and she knows a lot of stuff, but I can't find it anywhere. So I find this interesting and I can't vouch for it, but this is what she told me. She told me that the Ramones were invested in this neighborhood and in Richmond Hill, first because they came from Richmond Hill, but also because, come here, Aunt, let's go under here, because the wife, okay, this is, you can put it down if you want. Let's just look at Dani's for a second. The wife of one of the Ramones was a hairdresser. Oh my God, look at what Virginia said. I'm friends with his ex, Vera. Does she, wait, let me put it on us. Does she cut hair?
Wife,
Does she cut hair, Virginia? Because my coworker, my friend I used to sit next to had my mouth dropped when she told me this like 10 years ago, right? She told me that one of the Ramones' wives, Vera divorced in 1985. Well, anyway, one of the Ramones' wife was also a hairdresser, and she like opened up all the places here and got them started. Because remember, they're from Richmond Hill, and Richmond Hill is right next door. It's like a few blocks down. And that's where they came from. And the wife started a lot of the hair stuff. Now, was that Dee Dee's wife? I don't know.
On my Facebook friends, yes, she did Dee.
Oh, she did. Was it her then? Was it Vera?
It was probably her, probably Vera.
Nice. See, so she wasn't lying. She lives a couple of blocks from here, the person I'm talking about. And she told me story after story because she lives around here. And she told me about how there was competition and the hairdressing.
Possibly true.
Yes.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Can't vouch for it, but
I mean, I got it from hearsay. I didn't get it from like Googling it or a book or anything. I wasn't sure if, I don't want to tell anybody anything if it's not correct.
Hairdresser
and
on
God
fire,
knows I
Great
make
Morrison
mistakes.
Song. That is correct.
But what I did know is that Dee Dee
was a
hairstylist and Bergdorf Goodman way back before he became a musician or part of the band. And his mother did not want him to leave Bergdorf Goodman. It was a good job.
Hey, look who's there.
He cut all the hair for so many rich people and so many people who shopped at Bergdorf. Hi, Roberto. I haven't seen you since we saw you physically.
We remember you.
Of course we remember you. You sang to us so eloquently.
We had a song from you.
That's right.
Hey, we very rarely forget people who sing to us.
We were serenaded. Anyway.
Only about 15% of the time do we forget singing people to us. 15 to 20% of the time. It's good to see you, Roberto.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Hope you are well. Good to see everyone here. 117 people. So I think how we're going to end it today is we're going to go over to Dani's and want to get a slice. Which one? Pesto?
I'm going to get a pesto slice.
All right, we'll get a pesto. We'll cut it in half.
I'm getting pesto.
I'll have a bite. You can have the rest because I don't really like pesto.
I'm getting pesto.
I want to go get some soup.
I know the
It's
network.
rainy. I want
But I
soup.
want to try pizza.
And that's
Is it
cool
gonna
that you're
open in a
talking about the
few
Ramones
minutes?
like that.
Open the doors.
That you're right there from Queens. Yes, we're from Queens. We talked about Charlie Chaplin. We saw his wonderful house that I love. We talked about the cinema, Austin Cinema, that turned into the art house, Art Deco, Kew Gardens Cinema. We talked about Rodney Dangerfield that didn't get any respect. He lived here at 10 years old. He was living above the Austin Ale House, which again, we still never ate there. And
We probably should.
We
It's
should,
supposed to
right?
be a pretty decent place.
And
you never know.
he
we'll see
lived
a lot of
upstairs.
pilots. Maybe you could dump me for a pilot.
no, I'll take you, you crazy looking man. Anyway, he lived above the Austin Ale House, which is right there. We showed you the Long Island Railroad stop that was built for mourners. They had trains to take them to the Maple Grove
Funeral trains.
to take the mourners
Which I knew
to the
funeral
Maple
trains were
Grove
a thing,
Cemetery.
But I didn't
It's
know
just so
in the
amazing to
1800s
me.
They were a thing here in New York.
Yes.
I didn't know they were a thing in New York per se.
We saw
But I guess
inside
they
the
were.
theater. What else did we talk about? We talked about the Genovese crime, which
Kitty Genovese murder.
we're gonna find
and,
that building. I didn't want to bring it down. You know the way we are. Moink, moink, moink.
Moinks.
You loved Rodney Dangerfield. He based all of us. So listen, I read about it, and he based all of his
Humor
what's it
around
called?
the- humor
Humor
around
and
the
all his
idea of
jokes
growing up
around
in this
growing up in this neighborhood. It's a German, Polish
yeah,
neighborhood,
German Polish.
but he
And
was
being
a
the-
Jew. He was a
being
Jew.
One of the small number of Jews in it.
Right, so he was a 10-year-old Jewish kid, and his experience of growing up right
Not getting
here,
No respect.
right here on this street, right here on Austin
Giving us
Street
a
and Lefferts
real lack of
Boulevard.
respect.
So what we're gonna do is, what time is it?
It is
3
now
minutes. I
1:57.
saw them open the doors, and we're gonna
Raise
go
those
into
gates.
Dani's to check out the Dani's pizza that we've talked about for years, guys. We talked about Dani's for years.
We have.
And we have said to you that, remember, we told you this before when we go for pizza, that a lot of the, not all, but a lot of the pizzerias in Queens use sugar in their sauce and also in their dough.
Some places, not every.
Yeah, not every place. I cannot stand sugar in my pizza. I do not like it. I don't like
Actually-
sugar in my sauce. I don't like sugar in my Italian food. I
Jeff
just don't want it
Roberto, I believe
sweet.
Joey did pass away from cancer.
Yes, he did. He did.
Actually, more than one of them.
Yeah, it's so
More than one
sad.
did.
They smoked, but who knows if that's the reason.
And
Hi, Brad. How are
sugar-
you?
Although one interesting sidebar to that about one of the things that I tend to think is like, yeah, some of them put like some sugar in the dough, but there's
Thanks,
another
B.
problem. I think a lot of pizzerias in Queens tend to not have much salt in the dough.
That's right,
which
Apple.
I really
Yeah,
think
there's no
makes it-
flavor.
I like the places that
Call the
I think
police.
you need a pinch of salt.
You need a pinch of salt. You
in the
need a
dough.
little
I think
herby.
they
You need to put
tend
something
like,
on.
Be a little
It's
bland.
so weird because Queens is not all places. Don't get me wrong, please, because
I
there's
think tends to
there's
be a
places we
little bland.
love in Queens. We love Brothers. Amori's not bad. Manos is one of my favorites. We
Manos
talked
is
about
one
it.
of the best in New York.
They don't
period.
make it the Queens way. That's why we like it. That's
Manos
us.
is one of the best
But-
in New York.
but
Sort of a
because they
combination
don't-
slice joint and artisan
Right, but
pizza.
because they don't put salt and they don't put like herbs and they don't
Louis
like
is a good-
they don't
is
jazz it
amazing.
up in Queens, then they use sugar. Now here's an
Margarita in
example.
Jamaica is
Margaritas
another
is
good
good,
place.
but here's an example of an actual place. Right, April. Here's a place that literally advertises
how sweet
it is, that it's a sweet sauce and that they put sugar in it.
It's a very sweet
But when we
sauce.
first came here years and years ago, I was not aware of that. And I wasn't eating pizza too often because I have GERD and I don't eat it that often.
Okay,
And when
but
I ate it,
if you
I
were
was
here,
so
George, you'd do
pissed
that.
because I couldn't eat it. And I was like, finally I got myself a slice of pizza and it had sauce, sugar in it.
George thinks we should pull a bank heist. Get our hockey masks on.
How many people have gone in and out of that? How many people are passing? This
People
place
really
is
need
empty.
money.
And for some reason, there's a million people passing the chair. Actually, I could go in there and get money. Here, hold this. Oh, I don't have my
right.
thing with me.
I take money. Oh,
I know it. Don't worry.
you know it?
Yeah, Anthony and I are married. We're very close. We
And
have
they-
no secrets.
Yeah.
We know everything about each other, including bank
Sisters,
accounts. And we share a bank account. Right, Anthony?
Yes.
We're best friends.
Let's see if you could find it.
Yeah, I'll find it. So you entertain them for a few
I'll
minutes.
entertain you.
Entertain them for a few more minutes while I get some money.
I'm going to entertain you for a couple more
I'm standing in
minutes.
front of Chase. Why don't I
While
get
Danette
some?
goes and gets some
Okay,
money.
here's your wallet. Take that. I'll be right back.
Found it?
Yeah.
And you remember the password,
Yes.
right? It's easy. Maybe. If you remember it, it's easy. If you don't remember it, it's not. Joey Ramone is the... Joseph Ramone Taylor is the... Joseph Ramone, the forgotten member. Joseph Taylor Ramone. He's the forgotten member of the band. The bed bugs. What do I have? The one? Oh yeah, I got the one. I was trying to figure out what did I have? I have the one umbrella. This is the only Anthony portion of the show. No, it's the full Anthony portion.
Okay, I have a question for you.
What?
Don't say it. Do not say it. Is it letters or numbers?
Letters.
Why isn't it going through? Let me try again.
Eh.
Oh, I know why. It's the wrong card. This isn't the card,
Oh,
is it?
no, that's not it.
That's what it is. Okay. I knew the letters. See, he does letters. I do numbers.
That is not it.
That's what makes
Sure
us
you don't want me to
different.
try and
No,
find
I'll
it?
find it. Just keep talking.
All right.
It's the same as mine. I just didn't look.
Let me talk to you guys while Danette rifles through my wallet.
Here it is. I see it. For some reason, he has it with the Dunkin' Donut.
I have it
gift
with the
card.
Dunkin' Donut gift card. I have it with the Dunkin' Donut gift card, guys.
Crazy.
Because that's the way to go.
All right.
Because they don't see Father Anthony on the camera. This is the full Anthony show. There we go. I like to do a little twist around. And that's attempting to break into the bank there. Hey, punk rock. I don't know, opened a minute ago. Don't pay for the pizza with my funny money. Oh, we won't do that, Apple. 125 people joining us, and we really appreciate that, guys. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up and share the video. And subscribe if you're unsubscribed or not subscribed, or you want to subscribe. Subscribe your friends. I see them starting to raise the gates. Look at this. They're starting to raise the gates across the street. They're starting to raise the gates. They're putting the gates up. They're putting the gates up. There's a guy putting the gates up on Dani's. He's putting the gates up. It's that time. Has anybody noticed for those of you that are new to the chat, you may notice the remnants and wreckage of my sunburn that I got the other day when we were out in the Bronx. Today we're in Queens, but the other day we were in the Bronx with our beloved moderator, Apple Martini, who's in the chat. And
Don't say anything. Look at this. That's all I can get.
Oh, for God's sake. All right.
We only have big bills.
Tis what it is.
All right, do you think they opened?
We're carrying big money. Yeah, I sort of got the guys opened up the thing. I showed it to them. There's the hot
All
oven.
right, give me a second. We can go now and get some of that.
They open it up. There's a customer walking in.
All right.
Guys, there's a bookstore that's super cute. I don't know where it is, but that girl that
How
walked
do you
by
know?
just said it.
Okay, come on.
So I don't know where that is. You take that because I need to use this.
All right. I think it stopped raining, so.
And that's that.
I do. I need coffee, Apple. I need coffee pronto. I'll get him his pizza, then I'm going for some coffee. Oh, they have Mike's Hot Honey here. And consider joining. Thank you, Virginia. 127 people. You know when a lot of people show up at? When it's time to get pizza, come on. You're not really supposed to, don't do what I do. You're not supposed to walk when that's going like that. Come this way, Ann, because there's no big curb. See, look how small, look how weird it is. There's the street, and there's like the curtain. Anthony, be careful. There's one, look at him, he's a hot mess. There's one step, and it doesn't look very sturdy, so. Do you want me to get the pizza to go?
No, I could go in.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah, baby. And there's music. Do you care?
And
Okay. Let's sit down for you. Let's sit right here. Look how small it is, guys. That's how small it is. There's the kitchen over there. You said.
I'm gonna slide in next to you.
But guys, this is what we like. Oregano.
Smells good in here, but just so you know.
Look at me, I'm frowsy too. We're both frowsy together.
I said that you could see that from we were out the other day with our beloved moderator Apple, and as to those of you that are new to the chat, you could see the wreckage of my face from the sunburn.
You can't really see it in YouTube.
Oh, that's great. That's a great signal.
Is it? Good.
Yes.
Here,
Powerful.
let's plug in the thing.
Oh, what a powerful beam. Thank you.
Do we have to tell him?
We do have to order something.
Yeah,
Eventually.
do I just go up to them there?
Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't think they have anything out yet.
Yes, they do. There's people asking for it.
Oh no, but I don't think there's anything out on the counter yet. You want a slice? I don't see any
People
slices.
walking in asking for
There they are. I don't know.
Hi,
So
can we? Pesto's not ready yet. Okay.
Pesto not ready yet.
What other kind? Oh, they have a Sicilian. Should we get that? Oh,
Wanna
is
get a
that sugary
Sicilian?
too? I'll have to ask him. I don't want any sugar. It's probably sweet. The pizza looks
Get a slice
delicious,
of
guys.
pesto.
No, just get a pesto. That's
I
it.
get a slice of pesto. If
They
have a
also
Sicilian,
make
I-
toppings. They have tomato,
Let's get a slice of
eggplant,
pesto.
meatballs, bacon, sausage, pepperoni, beef pepperoni, extra cheese, anchovies, spinach,
Here's a nice
onions.
menu.
Oh, it's right there.
Here's the beers. This is the beer menu. This is the full beer menu, guys. They have a full beer menu.
Hi, James. How are you? No sugar and pesto. Anthony, do you remember it being
No
sweet?
sugar and pesto. No. Oh, how about that? I got it just
Hey,
right
guys, do
without
us a
making it.
favor. Oh, those are good. Hi.
Hey,
How are you?
How are you?
Hi, Diana.
Sparkling water, right?
Can we order a pesto when it comes
No,
out?
it's not ready.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Thank you. I just want to tell him.
Just wanted to-
I just want to tell him.
They have many beers straight
Oh,
ahead
yeah.
in front of us.
Can you make these well done? You make them well done? Yeah, 1 second.
Let me show you the beers. I think I showed you. There's a lot of them. Yeah, look at that one. What's that one called? Pure Haze.
Then let's Coca-Cola.
There's
Oh
also
my
some.
God, you got
That's
a
this
lot
one,
of
right, buddy?
Oh,
sir.
Topo. Those are good. That's a good
George, they
seltzer.
have, George, they have the Topo Chico.
That's a good seltzer.
¿Cuánto cobra la
Remember that? Well, look at the beer up there. Do you see the beer at the top, Anthony? Those look like they were made in someone's backyard.
Those are all like
Oh,
artsy
there's different
beers.
brewers. That's what it is.
Different brewers.
And look at this, guys. Wait. They have the machine. You know how much I love pizzerias that still have the soda machine. Right there.
Isn't it?
That's my
the true
favorite.
soda
On
machine.
tap. Not from like a Target or a theater.
have
They're all,
Coke
they're
Zero.
all horrible. You gotta get it from a pizzeria. That's where it's good. Look at me. I'm
But I
frowsy
like,
too.
I like,
We're both frowsy
I like
together, buddy.
Pizzeria. Sorry,
Oh,
I've not
that's
been in
all right.
the chat. I've been
Oh, it's okay,
watching
James. It's okay.
it on TV. That's okay, James.
Actually, I'm gonna take this one. Mr. Cheese Slinger? What does that mean?
Mr. That's the guy who made. I think you're talking about the pizzaiola.
Vinzi, you want some pizza?
Finzi wants a
It
piece.
smells delicious in here. Remember, they just opened, so we have to wait for...
I'm not going to worry about the music. Whatever happens, happens.
I don't know, it sounds like it's from Italy. It's
No, it's
Italian.
just like,
It's ancient.
it's lounge music.
It's lounge.
It's lounge music.
All right, let's talk. Hi, Global Positivity. Hi, Seltzer
It's
Time. Hi,
actually
Lisa.
behind us.
Lisa,
Behind
we
us
still
is
have
the
the gift
sit-down
card from... Yeah, that's... Yeah, the sit-down restaurant center. Just whack people in the head. Why not?
I'm not trying to.
What was I saying? Yeah, Lisa, Anthony's carrying around his gift cards that you
I
gave
carry
us.
around it. Yes, I carry around a Dunkin' Donut gift card.
Hi, Marisol. How are you doing?
Marisol, how you doing?
We're going to show you the pesto slice. They're famous for their pesto, right?
Yes,
They actually are famous for their pesto.
it's coming out fresh.
It's coming out fresh because they just opened.
It's gonna be a
oh my
fresh
God, I'm all
slice.
frozen. This is bad.
Well, you out in the rain.
And then you got that bad lighting over your head.
My skin feels
Oh, now
like
it's Frank.
My skin feels like alligator skin.
Anthony, listen, now they're playing Frank. Just
It's
like
not
in the
gonna
other
matter.
place. No, I mean, just like in the theater, they were playing Frank.
Yeah,
It's
Now,
very
Frank
hard
Sinatra's kind of a-
for me to not get a regular slice sitting in here, but it just, I don't want the sugar. I don't like the way it tastes.
Yes, how many pesos?
One pesto cut in half. And I have a question. Is the Sicilian...
No, Sicilian now.
Oh, okay, that's it. Just one pesto cut in half.
Cut in half.
And we'll have a zero Coke, a medium.
For now, same time.
Yeah, we'll take it now. That's fine.
yeah, no. Yeah, I want something to drink right now.
So do I. Thirsty. Do you want to use the bathroom?
No,
That's
not right
happening.
now. Lisa Lance, how you doing, Lisa Lance?
You don't need a top, just 2 straws.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
2 straws.
Yeah, 2
We're gonna
straws.
drink it
We're
like
gonna share it.
We're gonna share it like it's a milkshake.
Oh, look at that. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much, my friend.
For you, miss?
Oh, yeah, baby. Let's have
We're gonna share it like a
I'm
milkshake.
so thirsty for some reason. All right, ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
They like us at the same time or now? Now?
Oh, it's so good. It's so refreshing. Do you taste that?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Thank you, Global. Yeah, we'll keep talking. He can't really hear it. Hi, Kiana. How are you? Happy Sunday.
Global positive energy. Good to see you. And Kiana Maria, happy Sunday to you. We've been, for anybody just joining us, we've been like,
Thanks,
you can go,
SBO.
you can like see what we've been doing here. Then that took you for a tour of the neighborhood here in Kew Gardens, Queens. Historic neighborhood. We started out at the train station.
Deborah, what a question to ask us. Deborah said, love that you love all kinds of films. Have you ever been an extra in a movie? The answer is no.
No,
But,
would I like it? Sure.
and
Would
there's
I
a
possibly
place,
want to be a hand?
there's a place where we have friends. They watch us. They're never in the chat. They watch us always. Shout out to them, 2 guys. Which one's your straw?
This
Okay, keep it that way. Okay? 'Cause
The
I don't
one
want you
facing you.
germs when you just had a cold. Anyway, there's 2 guys, I know, but there's 2 guys that work in a restaurant, and they're our friends, and we see them almost every day. I'm not kidding, almost every single day.
you might be watching now.
And they may be watching now, I don't know.
Or
and
later.
we're not going to mention where it is or who they are, because their restaurant is now
Going to
at-
be a filming
they're
location.
going to be filming at the end of the week, and they're going to be off, and they're going to be closed, and it's
For
for
2 days.
HBO.
For an HBO
And
series
I mean,
or
I have
movie,
to
I'm
work,
not sure.
but I was like, I think I want to go over there, you know?
Who likes
Slices a bit.
pepperoni and Coke Zero, eh?
The slices are huge,
Ah,
but
this?
they're thin. Hi, Christopher. How are you?
Christopher Dodson, how you doing?
Q2Q? What does that mean? What does that mean? Is that
Q to Q. So yeah, they're gonna be filming a movie in the restaurant that they work at. So they're
April
gonna be
sees
closed
something
for
in
2
the
days while they do filming, and they're gonna be bringing in the whole crew and just tossing a movie together.
Yeah, I can't
So
wait to see what
speaking
they're
of
not
extras,
telling us what the movie is. But look
I don't think they know.
They don't know. They're not telling them. It's all shush shush. Wait, let me get closer. Hold on, guys. Oh, this is a great signal in here. Look over here. You see this? You see this bottle over here on top? This bottle right here with the lemon looks so good. Like it's yellow. I would probably hate it, but doesn't that look good, Anthony? Look at all the different kinds. Yeah. Look at that. And then if we go down, look, there's more there. There's more there. There's more there. Look at all the different kinds of beers. Do you see them all?
Yes.
They have stuff there. Wines. They have, of course, they have the lager. I told you, it's like a German neighborhood with the Mediterranean. But I'm wondering what that is, the one on the top there.
Those big bottles.
Yeah, that's gotta be
stout.
stout.
Stout that they have.
Well, let me read it. It says, Goose Island Bourbon County.
$40 for stout from 2015. Stout wine.
They have Dancing Gnome Nectarine Jam.
Dancing Gnomes.
They have something called Omegang Everything Naughty. 6-point Little Shuckers. I don't know what any of that means. I don't
what
drink
any of
beer.
that means, guys.
They're missing the old English. My cousin in Australia is in. Wait, let me read it here. What's that? Oh, ranch. I thought he said wrench.
Oh, ranch. Not ranch.
Wait. Virginia said, my cousin in Australia is an extra. She loves it. It must be fun, right? Anthony and I would probably goof up and then
I would be terrible.
We talk too loud or something.
I would be terrible because
I think we would be
I'd
good
be
at
trying
it.
to make an impression.
No,
which you're not supposed
that's
to
not
do
what
as
you're
an
supposed to
extra.
do. So you're supposed to just act
Supposed
like
to just
yourself.
be milling in the
But us
background.
acting like ourselves are extra special. So that's the problem, right?
Acting like myself would be like,
That'd be
I can't
too
mill
much.
Joe Mooski, how you doing, Joe? I can't mill around.
Of course we did.
I almost
Joe,
never
we've been
mill
going there
around.
for years too. Of course, we visited there a few times on a live stream. We've done live streams at LMB. Actually, Hala was with us on the last time we were there.
Yeah, actually, how
And we've been going there for
last
years.
time we were there.
Like Carol said, it's getting loud.
That's where the joke
Beer
about
is
the
nasty. I don't
Franken pizza
like
comes
it
from,
either.
where they put the pizza together.
Ooh, pepperoni.
That's interesting. That's actually fascinating. It's fascinating.
There's a lot of waiting around, I can imagine.
Anyway, so
because
like,
you have to take different cups
yes,
and stuff.
there is a lot of waiting around. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. For anybody just entering, we are inside of Dani's Pizza.
Dani.
Dani's Pizza on
Which is
Lefferts
their last
Boulevard
name.
in Kew Gardens,
Yes, thank you.
in Queens, New York.
Right? Right here, stop.
Dancing cheek to cheek, that's what he's singing. It's so old world in Kew Gardens. I love it.
Oh, since the, I had a like a serious injury to my knee since last time we met.
No, Anthony.
Roberto.
Anthony.
I always needed the cane, but now I really need it.
Yeah, I don't think he used it that night.
I didn't use it that night.
What happened was Anthony got a torn meniscus, and he's been dealing with this actually since then. Actually, that was in September.
Yeah,
That was around the time,
that
right
was when
after
I
the
started, when I got hurt.
The festival. What's it called? San Gennaro.
San Gennaro.
Wow, that looks good. Is it good with the ranch? So the woman next to us just
We got
put
a fan of ranch,
a
George.
pepperoni pizza, and the pepperoni slices are big. She doused all the ranch on it.
Ranch
See?
and hot cracked pepper. It's a woman of out of your own dreams, George.
Right here in New York. Meanwhile,
'Cause that's how George
no,
has
she has
his.
the oregano too. Because oregano's
The
delicious.
oregano, the red.
Putting it all on. But the ranch looks so good. I want a salad now. The ranch looks so creamy and white.
Hey, see, I think you're
Only
celebrating
dry
a
white
milestone.
wine.
There she
you're a
is, 21
genius.
months.
Proud to be a genius. Thank you so much,
21
Virginia.
months.
Mwah.
Thank you so much. for being a
Really?
member of the family for 21 months.
S. Field says that there's at least 2 other people that torn the meniscus. Yeah, he totally torn it. Then he finally got an MRI. Doctor didn't want to give it to him at first, and we like pushed him. Got an MRI and found out that on both sides of his kneecap were 2 bruises that he hurt.
The bones,
actual bone bruises.
The 2
Oh,
bones
they're
are
making
like
macaroni, and they just opened a box of the Chichio.
They're using the
Using the
Chichio.
good stuff
I
from
cannot
Italy.
express to you enough. The Chichio.
Chichio.
I know that's an inside
That is a
joke.
good
That only did
brand.
that.
I can't believe they used the Chichio. Like, now I like this place even better. I just don't like their regular. It's swimming in ranch. She's holding it up like this and there's ranch in there.
George
Hi,
might like
Alligator.
because it's not just the ranch. It's the pepperoni and the cracked hot pepper.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Pepperoncini.
Pinot Grigio's your favorite, Carol? Oh my goodness, when are they gonna make this pizza ready? I'm dying. I'm dying, guys.
And that is dying. Well, not literally.
Bruised, not bone on bone. No, just bruised. No bone on
Very
bone,
bruised.
thank God.
They're not. No,
Oh
there
my
actually
God.
is still stuff
Thank
there.
God, he doesn't have
He
that.
said no. There's still space between the bones.
Yeah, we found that out on the sonogram. He had the sonogram done while in the office twice.
It's just there's nothing holding them up anymore.
Yeah, it's
There's
the
no.
meniscus.
There's nothing there.
It's tasty. I love ranch. I love blue cheese ranch.
It's tasty,
But
my knee.
nowadays I eat vinaigrette. It's less calories. I
My
have
knee
20,
is
listen,
also
guys, not to
tasty.
change the subject, but I've got 20 pounds to go. 20 pounds to go for my goal. I cannot believe I only have 20 pounds to go. I don't think I've had 20 pounds to go for my whole entire life. And I cannot believe that I'm only 20 pounds away from being a normalized person. Not that means anything, but for me it means
None of us are normal.
Do you know how you got the bruises? No. Well, he twisted once getting out of his seat, but I don't know if that's where the bruises. We don't know.
Because the meniscus isn't holding up the knee.
And he
it
has
keeps,
arthritis,
like,
right? He has
keeps
arthritis.
grinding against
His
each other.
family has chronic arthritis in all the joints. Remember your mom had?
Yeah,
And your
I
mom
have it
had
in
the
the other
bone
knee,
to bone.
too.
Her
I
knees
have
were
both.
bad too. She had the bone to bone problem. Oh
I
my
have the
God.
arthritis in both knees, but now there's no
Thanks,
meniscus in one
Frank.
knee.
Remember New Year's I said I wanted to be healthier? Well, you guys see me eating crap on the live stream, but that's it. I mean, sometimes I eat a little after. Like, we bought the salami and the supersat in Arthur Avenue.
Which was delicious.
Man,
And by the way,
was
that
that
bread is
good.
still delicious.
But we still have it. We didn't eat that much of
The
it.
bread is still delicious.
And we had the salami. It was
That's
good.
the small. The smallest
Yeah.
lasted like a whole week.
Yeah, well, there's only 2 of us. I lost 140 pounds after I divorced her. Oh my God, that's mental. That's mental. That's
No, he lost 140 pounds.
Oh,
was the
because
girl.
that's what she was.
Then
Oh
that
my
doesn't.
God,
That
you know
was
how
a joke.
slow I
That
am?
all past ahead. The girl is the 140 pounds that he lost. Female, 140 pounds.
I don't weigh 140.
She weighs a little bit
Oh,
more.
there it is. Thank
That's
you.
what we're talking about.
I feel like an idiot. I missed it. As Anthony always says, you missed it.
You missed
hold on,
it.
Hold on. Look, guys. There it is. Oh, look at that. It's a subtle pesto. It's not like pesto. You know what I mean? All right, let's cut it. I want the small slice. Which one do you want?
I'll take the bigger one.
Is that
Since you
bigger or
want
is
the
this
small
small?
one.
Wait, we need napkins. Excuse me. Can I have napkins? I'm sorry to
I got
interrupt.
them right here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We had 'em.
We have them. I'm
Cheers to
sorry.
you.
Went right over my head again. Thank you so much.
She just never sees
Thank you.
napkins.
That's great. Thank you so much. And now we have more, so
Oh,
that's
that's
great.
good.
Anyway, it went right over my head. You missed it. He always goes, you missed it.
You missed it.
Oh my God. I don't get jokes,
Good.
do I?
This is good
All right,
pizza.
I remember liking it, and I don't really like pesto that much, but that's because, oh my God, look how thin it is, guys. And it's dripping over there. And look, it's so subtle. All right, let me try it.
I like that.
And it matches my nail polish, look. I'm wearing green, light colored green nail polish today.
Danette is wearing the pesto.
Okay, Kiana wants to know, what's the difference between a pesto slice and a regular slice? Oh, it's so nice and hot, too.
No tomato sauce. The sauce is a mixture of it has the cheese, obviously. The sauce is a pesto sauce, which is essentially basil, olive oil, and cannoli nuts.
Oh my God, it's so good,
Which you
guys.
basically like blend or mortar and pestle.
I don't taste
You blend
it.
it and you pour the olive oil in.
I don't taste the nuts, though. Do you think it's in there still? Do you want any garlic yet? Or hot stuff? No?
All the hot pepper.
Oh, hot pepper? Okay. You want some hot pepper. I never do that. But I just put some oregano. I love oregano on anything. Anyway, guys, this is delicious. There's a reason they're known for their pesto slice. It is delicious. Come to Dani's. Don't pass on the pesto slice. Look at it. It's delicious. Look at the brown nooks and crannies right there. See, this is what I like that you don't always get in Queens. Do you see this here? Look, you see how I can push it in? It's aeration. That's what it is. Look, it's aeration. You see that? A lot of the places in Queens don't do that. You only see this, like a little bit of edge, and that's it. And this is what they do in the Bronx. That's what I like. And they also do it in other places. Here's one of the places. What do you want?
Yeah, I think the nuts are in here. It's basically, because that's what pesto is essentially. It is basil, nuts, pine nuts, or some other kind of nut. You can use a different kind of nut, by the way.
Yes, you can use
Pine nuts,
cashews.
you can use cashews,
Almonds.
you can use walnuts, use almonds. It's pesto and olive oil, and that's it.
Wow. It's magnificent. It's delicious. It's very thin. I love thin pizza. I mean, I could eat thick pizza too, but I love thin pizza. Frank loves when the pizza matches the nail polish. So if I was wearing red, I'd have to get a red slice. No, it's not excessively greasy.
No.
Hollywood red mustard, absolutely.
The reason they cut down on the grease, you know how you cut down on the grease? You have to use a quality cheese for the pizza itself. You use a really high quality, low moisture mozzarella. If you use a mozzarella that's low moisture, that has too high fat content, you'll get a lot of the grease separated.
Frankie just passed out looking at the slices, George. Okay, so Roberto, yes, you're right. A sonogram and an ultrasound is the same thing, yes. They put that gel on there and they look inside to see. Anthony, you can have the rest. I don't want any more. But it's delicious. It's absolutely, I want some soup, so I don't want to eat too
That is
much.
very kind of Danette to donate this to me.
To answer Carol, C-A-K.
I forgot how good this is.
I don't remember it being that good. I remember liking it. But you know what I want to say? And while you're eating that, I'll tell Carol. I'm not sure you wouldn't like it because I don't like pesto. I never eat pesto at all. But this
It's a small amount. It's very
is so
lightly
little, you almost don't even know it's there. It's almost just like there's just herb in it, right here? And so, you can have the rest of the soda too. And
It's a
so,
very light flavor. It's a little bit
What am-
sweet, but that's the
I
basil.
don't
The
taste
basil
the
is sweet.
Taste sweet? I don't taste sweet. Oh, I love basil. Is that why you're using basil? It's
That's the
basil
pesto, the
pesto.
basil.
So listen, if you like, yes, it is a soup day apple. If you like the cheese, like if you're a big mozzarella slice, it's almost like a white that has no ricotta in it. That it just has mozzarella. It's almost like a white slice with a little bit of pesto. And it's mostly green. It's very fresh tasting. I think a little lemon juice would be good on it. It's not overpowering at all. It tastes like a regular white slice with no ricotta. Only a little bit more herb. Like, so if you like this on it, that's what it tastes like. I think
So
it's
if you're in
delicious.
Queens, you want to try
Anthony,
something.
why don't
You're
we
in
get a whole
Queens and
pie
New
to
York.
go one day? Bring
Yeah, I
it
think you should.
Next time you come through here and you get a haircut, we'll get a whole pie.
Yeah, when I finally do get that haircut.
Actually, we're coming back in a few days, so why don't we come back and get a whole pie? We'll have it for dinner one day.
Okay.
Well, maybe we'll sit inside and we could bring it home.
There is, in fact, a sit-down
And
restaurant.
I could
back
get a
there.
salad with that ranch dressing. It looks so good. Yeah, white pie just means no tomato sauce on it. And some of them they put ricotta on it, which I love, but that's not it. I don't like pesto. I've never ordered pesto pasta. I've never ordered it. I never wanted it. I think it's too much. I don't like that taste of the nut in it. I don't taste nut. You said you taste it. Must be so little. Marisol says you're so knowledgeable. Well, that felt good because I needed something to eat, and that felt good.
Yeah, no, yes. She used to do.
Oh my God, Desi wants us to take her to the best pizza place in the Bronx. Actually, well, we could get a slice in if we go to Arthur Avenue.
Yeah. A lot of people like moon pizza.
That's what Apple said.
Like, that's really good on Arthur Avenue. Also, like Tommy's,
figure it
where
out.
Danette and I used to live in the Bronx, is amazing pizzeria. Actually, she's not that far away from Crosby,
Oh, we
where
could go to
she's going to be
Crosby.
staying.
Oh yeah, you got right where you're staying.
You
There's
should
a
just
lot
go
of
to
good
Crosby
pizzas.
Pizza. You don't have to wait for us.
And
Probably walk there.
yeah, Crosby Pizza. If you go there, you have to try their Sicilian. It's the only place that makes a round, thick Sicilian. It's delicious. We'll take you. Don't worry.
Very odd. It's different. Where you're
Nobody
gonna be
makes
staying,
it like that.
Where I think Desi is staying, I'm not exactly sure where you're staying, Desi, but
We'll look it up.
I almost feel like you're within walking distance of Crosby Pizza.
First of all, we have to take you to, and maybe your friend already knows. What's the name of the bakery? Oh, they have the old register. They have the old register.
That's the original register,
Oh,
probably.
nice. And they have the tile. Anthony, their tiles look like our kitchen tiles.
This is
Anyway.
original tiles.
The bakery by.
If you look in the kitchen, you see the tiles go, the
Oh my
larger
God,
tiles
and
go
it's-
all the way up to the
I'm looking,
ceiling.
and it's so small. It's in a rectangle. It's in a triangle
It's
at
a
the
triangle.
outside. Oh, they're ringing it up on that register. That's a stiff looks. That's what they're using. Anyway, I was going to say to you that where you're staying is a bakery.
Excuse me.
The bakery's got certain things that are really, really good and other things that aren't. But the one thing you've got to get there that they're known for, you've got to get there, is called their S rolls. They're rolls that have an S and a circle. And they're completely seeded. They're the best thing. My relatives from all over the world, not world, it's country, always ask us to pick it up whenever we go anywhere. And we don't even live in the Bronx anymore. We got to go there and get it.
Nice selection of
Anthony, what's the name of the bakery? Because I just forgot it. Right on you're at
Superior Sons.
Superior Sons. And they also make St. Joseph's cakes all year round.
Yes.
St. Joseph's cakes.
And they're pretty darn good.
And
I don't
they're
know if they're the
delicious.
best, but
And the
they're one of the
lemon
best.
drop, like the Italian lemon drop cookies.
I would not say they're the best, but they're in the top 5.
Now, if you're going to buy their
For
cake,
St. Joseph.
don't do it. Don't buy their
Regular
cake.
cakes don't do it
Don't
because
do it.
they're stale.
Go to
I'm gonna tell
DeLillo
you.
because that's
Go to
delicious.
DeLillo, yeah, they're stale. But
Nobody buys the
lemon drop
cakes. They don't go there for that.
St. Joseph cakes
Oh
and
my
lobster
God.
tails.
And black and whites
yeah,
are good
and
there.
black and whites are pretty good there. Everything else, stick with the bread.
Stick with the bread. Oh, the
Everything
breads
else,
look
stick
good.
with the bread. And that's it.
You want to pay?
Pay the fellow.
Okay. Where'd she go?
I think she might have left.
Maybe she went to the back. You wish your oven worked. Apple said she wishes her oven worked.
The oven don't work.
Maybe you just need a spaghetti thing like I used when we first moved
You
into
have
our
to
first
light it?
apartment.
You
Get
have
down
to
on the
light
floor
it?
and
You
light
need the
it.
spaghetti light in your oven?
Anyway, I have to lose 20 pounds, and I've been on hiatus. You guys know I lost weight, right? You can
She's
see
been on hiatus.
I go back to a year ago, 2 years ago. I see my face in the videos. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I really could see the difference. Anyway, I mean, I can't see it on a daily basis, but when I go back, I look. I broke it. Shh, don't tell.
We'll
Anyway.
keep it to ourselves.
So I'm
We
calling it a
almost always
hiatus.
had
I don't know what it's
broken,
called, but the past 3 to 4 weeks, I haven't lost any weight. I'm like stuck. Did you ever lose weight and then you stop? Like you don't know what to do. You get like stuck.
It's called hitting the plateau.
Hitting the plateau. I only have 20 pounds to go. So my idea is this. Cold turkey, just go walk every morning. I used to do that. And then when the winter came, I used to go on my lunch hour. But now I don't get a lunch hour. I get a lunch half hour. And a half hour is not enough time. So now, I used to go at lunchtime. How much do we owe you when you get a chance? Oh,
that seems
$1
exorbitant.
million. I thought it was $2 million. Is that the original register?
Original? I don't know.
But it's pretty old. Probably the 60s. Yeah.
Although that style registered off in the 60s.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it could be. It could be.
There's the register right there.
Those things are rugged too. They last like forever.
So anyway, so what I think I'm going to do is, the reason I stopped walking is because first of all I hurt my ankle. That was one thing. And it may come back that I get hurt again. Every once in a while the Achilles tendonitis gets to me, but because I walked a lot. And then,
what do we got? Another super
oh,
chat from
thank you, Des. We can't wait either. I wrote it in my calendar.
It's in the calendar.
You have to figure out the date. We'll go to Dan's. He's having his open house party from 5 to 9. He sent
It's
me
in many calendars.
He sent me the invitation. It's 5 to 9, Dan's parents' house, and he's having his party. He has it once a year, every year. So he's celebrating. I think it's 9 years this year. Anyway,
he celebrates every year
yes,
like it's a milestone.
Like it's a milestone.
But that's okay.
And I remember when that
it's your
store wasn't
party,
there. It was
and you'll do what you want.
Exactly. Well, he's his own business, right? Him and his wife. Anyway, before it was Dan's, it used to be a hardware store, and they used to sell everything there. And then the guy closed it up, and Dan bought it. Anyway,
From
and
the
it's a
story that I
historical.
heard when Dan and
It's a
Dan
historical
bought
building.
it was a historic building,
Yes.
but when Dan bought it, the place was a
wreck.
wreck. You think it
Yeah.
looks old now?
Oh,
It
it
looks
was
older
terrible.
then.
Actually-
He upgraded it.
And actually, he painted it just recently. But I want to tell you guys that when we were in there the last 2 times, like the other day and now, the time before that, we went back to get the lunchbox. I'm going to tell you that it doesn't have that smell anymore. When we first started going there, it had that old, like, musty.
That might just be
I used to
because
get
Dan
sick.
has the door open now.
He has the door
even
open.
in the winter.
Things are moving. He gets things every week and moves. If you see something on the shelf and you want it, call him up and ask him to hold it for you. He will do that. Because if you see something that we have a show and you want it, or you want me to pick it up, or you want it to send it to you because he could ship it,
Call him up and
call him
hold
up,
it.
tell him what you want. He'll put it aside. He's such a nice guy. His wife is even nicer. That's Raina. And because if you don't do that, it will be gone. It might be gone in the next hour, the same day, the next day. Everything moves in his place. It's a old toys, old.
Yeah, you can't sleep on
No,
anything
you
because
can't.
things
If you see
disappear.
something, you gotta get it.
Things,
Now, anyway,
things disappear.
so the reason I stopped walking is because winter came. It was too cold. I would go outside. I'd be bundled. I'd go out and I'd go, oh hell no. The wind would hit me in the ear, and I'd be like, I don't want to get sick. So I would walk back and come back inside, and I hurt my ankle, and that's what did that. But
I'm just retracing my steps.
that was winter. Now the winter's over. The nice weather is here. So I want to go walking again. So that's what I'm going to do to try and get me over that plateau. Get off that last 20 pounds.
So you're thinking of doing it? Then
Yes,
she
I'm
might.
going to go cold turkey probably tomorrow. Although it's supposed to rain, there's no excuse, right?
Yeah. And she
Oh my
might-
God, April, it's so painful.
She might maybe stream her walk,
Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to make
but
any
she's not
promises.
sure. We're not promising anything
You're
here.
right, Virginia. Unreal how much you're very cool. I love the workbook and learning about them. Oh, thank you so much. You know, it's weird. We've been going there for so long, and the other day, Dan says, well, what are you on? I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You don't know what we're on by now? Right?
Hey, he's not unaware that we're on
He's a little
YouTube.
goofy like we
I don't
are.
think he pays attention.
I don't think he does it. But anyway,
Somebody does the.
how much do we really owe? So we had a pesto and a
soda.
Soda. Just one pesto, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
we
You are
should.
whole $5.50.
That
Ooh.
ain't that much. A whole $5.50, guys. You got a 5.
Why don't you break it 20?
Break a 20?
Yeah.
All right, I break it 20.
Danette, where is that pizzeria? So we're in Kew Gardens, Queens. We're on Lefferts Boulevard. This is called Dani's Pizzeria. Dani.
Yes,
They're known for their
Dani's.
pesto pizza, and their regular slice has sugar in it, so it's sweet. That's what makes it
Kinda
different.
sweet.
Yeah, they do make other
That's what
things.
they're
Let me
known
see what they're.
Two things they're known
Look,
for. They're
Dani's
also known
House
for
of Pizza. There it is. Dani's House of Pizza.
the House of Pizza.
The
Actually,
House of
that's
Pizza.
the true name.
Since 1959.
Employees are studs.
Yes. All the
These guys are
employees
great
are
here. They're very
amazing
nice
looking.
people. We have a great what do you call it? Look at this, guys. A great signal. Look at that. There's a refrigerator right there. That's their refrigerator. Look at their kitchen. Look how small it is. It actually turns because we're on the corner. It turns and stops right there. Behind me, let me show you. Behind me is a door. If you see this door,
Downstairs
into
into
the other
sit-down
part,
area.
see, you can see there's tables and chairs. And at night, they're open till 11. They're open from 2 to 11 every single day. And they have other
So come any
foods. So you
day of
can
the
come
week.
in and order. I think we should come back here.
Yeah.
They have a great signal. Let's come back and we'll order a whole pie and see what else they have on the menu. What did George say? I'm putting Norman on the corner so the recycling truck will pick him up.
Jeanette, where is that pizzeria located? Oh, yeah, we just
Oh,
said that.
no, that
Oh, that
makes the
makes the
round.
round?
It's called Crosby,
Crosby
and it's on
Pizza.
Crosby Avenue in the Bronx.
It is on Crosby Avenue in the
Pelham
Bronx.
Bay section of the Bronx.
Crosby Avenue in the Bronx, near the Bureau Avenue stop on the number 6 train.
Correct. All right,
So
put this
number
away.
six, think number
Put
6
this
train
away.
in the Bronx. Think number
Yes.
6.
Now we're going to be in the Bronx in 2 weeks on the 17th. We can announce it now.
Oh, yeah.
Desi Des, our amazing subscriber, friend, and genius
Who
family
you may have
member,
spotted in the
who
chat
you've
today.
seen in the chat, who gave us 2 super chats twice today,
You may have
and
noticed
who always does that, is going to be visiting us. She's coming to New York, and she's going to be staying in our old homestead. She's going to be staying in Pelham Bay section of the Bronx, which is
Yes.
where we're from. Anthony's more from Pelham Bay, I'm more from Throgs Neck, but we're both from both areas, which is
A
right next to
stone's
each
throw
other.
from the number 6 line.
She is going to be coming to visit New York, and we're going to take her out on May 17th. It's a Saturday. I'm off from work that day. Don't know, Danette. I was talking about the pizzeria that makes the one Sicilian of Brown when you were talking about not the one. But yeah, that's the one. That's the
Yeah,
one we're
that's the
talking
one.
about. This is called Dani's. The one I was
Yeah.
talking about before is
Crosby
called
Pizza.
Crosby Pizza. It's in the Bronx. We're in Queens right
in the
now.
Bronx. And
Right,
they
on
make a
Crosby
round
Avenue.
Sicilian. It's the only place that I know of that does
And if
that.
you go there, Roberto, you walk around the corner, and then there's Zapirian Sons Bakery, where you would get the
S
S-rolls, which is loaded with sesame
Sesame
seeds.
seeds.
And it's the most delicious bread you
You
ever
just,
taste.
you just go in and you ask for the
Just say, I want some
S-rolls. They know what
S-rolls.
they are.
That's it.
They know what they are.
And
They
we've
usually
shown
have-
it on our
Yeah.
channel before, too.
They generally have like trillions of them. Like trillions of those
Yes,
rolls.
and their regular rolls
in
are good, so their
bins
bread
right in
is
the front.
amazing. The bread in the Bronx is not to be, like,
You
I
can't sleep on
think
the
that
bread in the
there's
Bronx.
bread in Brooklyn that's amazing, bread in Queens. I just think they're all coming from the same place, and the same place is the Bronx. The Bronx makes the most delicious bread, right?
Yes, the Bronx.
They have
There's
the
so
best
many
bread companies,
bakeries in the
Arthur
Bronx.
Avenue, but not even just Arthur Avenue. Where we live, there was bread companies.
I think Brooklyn has them beat with the pastries.
Yes,
And
the
the
Italian pastry's better in
things.
Brooklyn.
And there are some amazing bread places too in like that we've got.
You're by
you
Coke
know how
City?
we
Oh my
you know how
God.
we feel about Bread Plus
V, we gotta meet you. We'll go out with Apple. I'll
those-
bring her poster.
and those prosciutto sticks.
Yeah, the
you know how we
prosciutto
feel
sticks.
about Bread Plus in Brooklyn.
We have the best water.
You know
have
how
the
we
best
feel about Bread Plus?
water. We have the best
prosciutto
water in New York
sticks.
City, and we have the best bread.
We know how
absolutely do.
Dutch feels about those breadsticks now
Oh.
that he knows they exist.
It's so good.
Thank you, Danette and Anthony.
Who's getting married? Wedding day? Wait a minute. Did I miss
Someone's
something?
having a wedding day.
Who's getting married? Eggplant parm next time. Oh yeah, that's my favorite.
Danette loves eggplant parm. Oh, you smell in here. You do smell one thing. You get one thing on the air. You get the dough baking.
Anthony, you look
you
like you
get-
came back from the islands. Great color. I don't know if
I
you
know.
heard what happened when we first went live.
Islands is
Virginia.
right. I was on City.
Virginia.
It was City
Look at all the
Island.
pepperoni. Virginia, he looks frowsy. Look, come closer. I want to show. Look how he's peeling. He's peeling. This is peeling. So when I started the live, it wasn't raining yet. I was going to start alone, and I was going to walk
By
the
yourself.
neighborhood, tell everything, and Anthony was going to get a haircut, right?
We were about, as a matter of fact, to take the thumbnail picture when suddenly
Right in front of the theater.
Danette's phone rings, and it's the place
First
I'm
of all,
going to
why
get
are
the
they
haircut.
calling me?
It's the place I'm going to get the haircut. And then they're like, you know, you have an appointment. I do see that you have an appointment, but the person you have an appointment with isn't working today. This is
I was
5
like,
minutes
what?
before I'm supposed to
So
walk
we
in there
walked
and get a
there,
haircut.
and I said, okay, I'm coming. I hung up. We walked there. I go, I was like, I don't think she knew who we were at first. I said, that's very, like, unprofessional and kind of rude to call. Literally 5 minutes. It was like 10 minutes. It was like 10
When
to
she
12.
saw us and
His
realized
appointment
we
was
were
at
the ones
12.
that she called, she said, oh no,
Oh
not
no!
them.
I was like, I know
them.
it's
I
not your
recognize
fault,
them.
but like you guys send, like this place is so anal, and what I mean by that is they constantly
They send you
reminders and confirm and confirm.
like
I got
every 10
3
minutes.
this morning. I got 2 yesterday and 3 this morning. So that was the reason why I was so pissed, because then 5 minutes before you say the hairstylist isn't here.
You got notifications
So,
to come and get my
I
haircut.
told Anthony, look.
like every single day
I
leading
told
up to
Anthony,
today.
look, you make the decision. Have somebody else do it, and it may look like crap, or we'll come back on Friday. Because Friday's my day off. Do you want to come back on Friday? And so we have to change plans on Friday now, and now we are both getting a haircut, right? Although I
Yes.
don't know if I should do it yet. I just made the appointment, but it's really frowsy looking today. Anyway, what the heck? Grow a ponytail, and he already is doing it 1 week later than he usually does. He usually
So
goes
now I'm
every
gonna go
5
an
to 6
extra
weeks.
week
It's
on
7
top of
weeks,
that.
and now it's 8 weeks.
Now I'm gonna go
So
an
yeah, you
extra,
should have wore a
extra
hat
week.
today,
I
exactly.
should have wore a hat.
So we started
that's
together,
why
and
we
then it
kind of started together, and then it was boring.
Right, let's start walking. You want to go?
I'm gonna go. Look, we've been on for 2 hours and 15
So let's
minutes.
make it 3 hours.
Let's make
We'll
it
make it
an
10
even
more
3.
minutes, okay?
I already paid the gentleman. I got
Yes.
my change.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so you-
I'm taking my extra napkins.
Okay, put it in your
I'm gonna put it in my jacket
And
because
I
you know
want you-
napkins come in handy.
I want you to concentrate on that step, okay? I don't need you
Yes.
falling
So
or
you're
anything
gonna
like that.
take
I'm gonna
this,
take this and
this
this,
business.
and I want to show them the pizza too.
Show them the pizza because the pizza.
Okay. See, this is our kitchen. This is because our apartment is very old. This is it. This is exactly it. This is our kitchen tile. I hate it. It's brown. I hate brown. Yeah, this must be the older one, Aunt. Look, this is like the episode of Everybody Loves Raymond, and there it is. Remember? Remember, it's not exactly the same. Remember Everybody Loves Raymond, when the mother and father crashed through the house, and then they put the tiles back, or the window dressing or whatever, and he loses his shit. He goes, there it is. Oh my God, I love that episode. Anyway, this is our tile in our kitchen. I freaking hate it. Our apartment is like from the 50s. Look, so this is from the 50s too, 1959. Look at it, it's a triangle. You see, it's cute, right? I think we should come back. All right, let's go through. So we sat at the counter. It's a small little counter. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? There's somebody getting it with mushroom. Look at this. Half pepperoni, half pesto. Oh, there's the sauce. There's the cheese. Okay, guys, let's go. Hey, thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye. All right, hold on to this. And I'll hold the door. Go ahead. Go sideways. There we go. Not raining anymore. Nice. We go this way. All right, nice out. Look at this. It's very cloudy. So we learned a lot today, didn't we?
We
Look
learned
how
a lot.
small it is. So, you know what? Stay there, Anthony. I just want to show them something. So remember I showed you the inside of the dining. I'll read that in a second. And I wanted to show you it's a very unusual. You could also get hot honey, of course. Mike's is like blooming. He's so big now. It was a funny corner. So here it is. This is where, I guess they're fixing the stairs. That's another entrance. Eat pizza, be happy. This is the building. See, this is it. And there's the train station. So if you come off the train, there we were standing, right over there. Look, we were standing there. That is where we started. Right there. Right there right where that house is, that's the station. And we were standing right in the center, right next to the Kew Gardens, sign. This is the Long Island Railroad. If you want to have Dani's, come here, stop here, come and support the local businesses. This is a family-owned business. It has an A. The pesto was delicious. Anthony looks like a hot mess. And then you come off the train. You can get yourself a haircut because there's so many haircutting places. And you can get yourself, go to the movies, go to the theater, go see a nice art house theater or a foreign film or an independent film. You guys, you have no clue. We always
want to hit the bar afterwards, go across the street.
Yeah, in Austin's Ale House. You could have dinner there. We're going to try that out too. And so you could go to the theater right there,
Supposedly
go to the ale house,
by the way.
get a haircut, get some pizza. Down there's a diner. I wouldn't suggest it. I don't think they're that great. Check out the Architect. Of course, we always keep it real. Baker's Dozen. Theirs was good. The bagel.
And the food isn't that amazing, and they're not exactly the friendliest.
What? You mean the diner? No, I wouldn't
diner.
go there. Don't bother with the diner. There's so many other better diners. And take a look at the cinema. Anthony, I miss going to the theater. I want to go again. We stopped doing all these things. We stopped going to the theater. We stopped going to Broadway. I just want to do it again. Yeah, that means it's crowded too, though.
That's true.
I have to be off on Wednesday to go. And see, this is what I was showing you before. Look, guys. This was the staircase. That's where we were standing. Right down there. So now there's the Ales House outside. And that's where the Dangerfield, if you missed it, guys, go back to the beginning. Dangerfield's plaque is in that little bit of grass there. And that's the outdoor, that right there is the outdoor dining for the Austin's Ale House.
And this is kind of
And this is how you come up from
this is
the
a quick
train.
Dive way to get down to the train.
Right, this
Like
is
if you're like, I don't have
Manhattan
the time to
bound.
go around
Right.
to the flat side. You rush down these stairs.
Correct.
There's several staircases. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, and it's old. But this will take you towards Manhattan. And the other side, over there, there's another area down next to Dani's, takes you this way towards Long Island, towards
And
Queens.
outdoor seating for the warm
Yes.
weather and no rain for Austin's Ale House.
Right. And then right over here is this whole street. It's Lefferts Boulevard.
They supposedly have a good rush.
Okay, what? Yeah, well, you don't have to walk on the snow. You could go around. So here's the Austin. This is Austin Street. We're on Lefferts Boulevard this way. This is Austin Street this way. And that's how you could get to the train. That's how we walked. Anthony wasn't doing those stairs either. Here's some new businesses here. It's a taqueria and a burrito. So this is all the same place. This place looks like fun too. And down that street, okay, I'm going to show you again really quick. So here's Austin's Ale House. For anyone who just arrived, Austin's Ale House, which is a good place that has burgers and stuff. This is where Rodney Dangerfield lived. Right here on this Art Deco building. 1 block down and to the right on that corner here, right there at 105 Mowbray Street is where Charlie Chaplin lived. We saw the house. And somewhere around here, we don't want to show it. Somewhere around here was the Kitty Genovese murder that caused the. Well, look at this Art Deco here, Ann. You like that?
The Tudor Revival.
Tudor Revival, that's right. And that's the idea of what it looks like on these buildings here. This whole side is the Tudor Revival. But anyway, Anthony, what was
A lot of interesting buildings. This neighborhood, you could really crawl around.
Yeah, and there's
you can
more
visit
streets.
A lot of if you're into like architecture and stuff like that, you can find a lot of interesting buildings.
And I was
around Kew Gardens and Forest Hills
yes,
area.
I wanted to
Richmond.
walk this way. So I wanted to walk this way and go all the way around, which was like 2 miles, and come back up this way and show you all.
She
But
was
it
gonna do that while I
started,
was getting a haircut.
but he wasn't getting a haircut anymore. And it started pouring. So I was like, you know what? Let's just
Also pouring
live
rain,
streaming. Things
not
happen.
completely conducive to that kind of
Now also,
pattering through the streets.
also from where I was going to come past Dani's is all Richmond Hill. And over there is also all the other hair cutting places I was talking about. But I want to say something before we end it. It's almost 2 more minutes. I want to say, guys, if you've never seen, and I mean this, let me stand this way. If you've never seen an independent film or
in the theater,
in a theater, or no, if you've never seen an independent film, period, or a foreign film, you are missing out. I am not kidding. We're missing out because we do watch it at home when it comes out, like everybody else when it streams. But if you can't get to the theater, or you don't have the money, or you don't want to go, you don't want to be around people, I get it. But you have to watch independent films. You have to. I have to tell you that you have to. Because you're missing out. You're missing out on culture. You're missing out on seeing things a different way. You're missing out on seeing how people are different and how places are different.
Different kinds of
and it's not just
creativity.
It's not just Superman and Batman and,
not all the blockbusters.
It's not what you think.
What the net means.
Right. And independent films, to support them and to support foreign films and seeing where the other side of the world lives. You guys do that all the time. You watch YouTubers, you watch live streamers. There are people here that are not in Queens, New York, that are not from New York, that want to see the city, want to see the buildings, want to see hear my accent, that want to see things that are different from where they're from. So, and documentaries, D. Michael, you just mentioned my absolute favorite, and documentaries, yes.
Danette loves the documentaries.
I love those. Like, I have a list. We go through the list, we watch them. We don't even talk about it. But I mean, this is what we do. We love those kinds of movies. And if you're not watching it, as people who are YouTubers, like they watch YouTube, that subscribe to people and see things all over the world, you want to see things different. The independent films, a lot of times the independent films and the foreign films, someone's just walking around with the camera. Like, imagine I'm in another country and I have my phone, and that becomes a movie, because in that country they're not allowed to film things, or they don't have places where they have a whole production. You know what I mean? There's no like lights and there's no camera. And sometimes it's guerrilla style or handheld, and they're telling a story, and it's not so much of the lighting and to get the perfect shot. It's about the story, the good old-fashioned story. It's like opening up a book and using your imagination. But now you're seeing it in another country. You're seeing it from a raw perspective. It's just, there's nothing like it. And just like documentaries, there's nothing like that either. Seeing someone's life and what they're going through. Right, Anthony?
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes.
I could do an independent film on Anthony's peeling.
Look at this nose.
It's awful.
This is
but
not
at least
great.
You're not as red anymore.
It could be worse, guys.
Anyway, so say something about the movies I was talking about.
Yeah.
We would go every single weekend. That's what we did. We'd go to the theater. We'd come here and go to some other ones.
We would try to find like something new to see.
And
like something new, like a new
voice,
a new style.
Yeah.
You want to see, like the first, when we saw that there's a new.
Give an example.
Like we saw a new film, like the Venetian scheme is coming out soon. We saw the poster for that. That's a new Wes Anderson movie. Well, Wes Anderson wasn't always super famous, so when he first did his first low budget films or whatever, we saw those like in one of these type of theaters.
Oh my god!
that show like independent films.
His movie The Fox?
Actually he did. He directed the Fabulous Mr. Fox.
Yes,
I can't remember the
But
title.
my favorite,
and Rushmore, which
Rushmore.
Danette saw all those years ago.
I love
one of
Rushmore.
his early movies.
We
saw Rushmore right there across the street, actually.
I love Rushmore.
If I remember correctly.
Oh my God, that's a great movie. With Talia Shire's son. That was his debut.
Jason Schwartzman.
Jason Schwartzman. Wrong guy.
Who's actually appeared in
all of his movies, right? Or most
he's
of them.
appeared in a bunch of Wes Anderson films. He's like the usual guy. Another guy you see a lot in.
You can see him here too, the old black and white.
They
do revivals here.
He like a lot of directors likes to use a lot of the same actors for certain things. That's why we're seeing. You see a lot of Scarlett Johansson. You see a lot of Edward Norton. You see a lot of Ralph Fiennes in his films.
Yes,
so he uses a lot of the same dudes.
We saw the movie when I first saw Christian Bale as a child. I was crying.
Oh
in
no,
that
no, we
theater.
didn't see it here. We saw it somewhere in
Is that in
Manhattan.
Manhattan?
We saw it in Manhattan, actually.
What was it called again?
Empire of the
Empire of the Sun.
which is a Steven Spielberg
oh my
film,
God, that was a great movie.
which is one of Steven Spielberg's least, like, I think it's one of his more underrated movies.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's an underrated film, but I think it's one of his great films. And someone said, he said it himself in an interview where he said, they're not going to be making movies like this anymore. And he was
said
right
himself?
about that.
I
He
remember we
actually,
saw-
one of Spielberg's disappointments is that Empire of the Sun was kind of a big
But
disappointment at
that's
the box
because
office.
of that other movie that came out
Which
at the
was
same
partially
time.
timing from the
was a
studio.
horrible timing.
It came out the exact same time as the
I know.
Bertolucci film, The Last Emperor,
Which also had a little child in it.
which had a child in it, which had the title Emperor in it, which
Yes,
also had
Desi has to
Oscar
sign.
Buzz.
Apple, thank you for that
Oscar
signature. I forgot to
Buzz.
thank you, so nice. I have it
So,
in the car now. The book.
so like it really, really crashed at the box office, and
Oh,
he was
George,
so
Empire of the
disappointed.
Sun.
And few people would make
one of my
Empire of the
favorites.
Sun is a great movie.
Oh, it's one of my
super
favorite
underrated,
movies.
George. Yes, it is.
Oh my God, it's one of my favorites, and I always
And
loved
Christian Bale's
Bale. And he was a
first
little boy at the
amazing
time.
performance. And I went saw like a behind the scenes like bit of documentary about how Spielberg manages, which Spielberg always seems to manage to do, get good performances out of children. That's one of the things he was legendary for, especially in the early days of his career. And so he got like a great performance behind the scenes. He acted out a lot of the things physically that he wanted Christian Bale to do. And Bale, as a kid, was very good at mimicking the things
Yeah.
that
That he wanted
Mr.
him
Spielberg tried.
He was a
Tried
good
to
kid.
get
He said
him
he
to
did
like
everything I
do.
said.
So he was extremely good at taking instructions from Spielberg.
Oh yeah, we do love Al Pacino. No, we didn't know about that. Thank you, Roberto, for telling us.
Great masterpieces. That's right, George.
You can always send us a picture, Roberto. You can send it. Oh,
Absolutely.
look at this little
Oh
one.
no!
Look at this cutie. Hold on.
Oh,
hold on. Wait, give me a second.
Look how adorable!
Oh my God, what's the name? Hi, baby.
Trixie.
Trixie.
Look at that beautiful girl.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, baby.
Say thank you.
Oh, hi, baby.
How old is Trixie?
11
Trixie.
months.
Oh my
11
God.
months. So she's a little girl, a
She's
little
a
puppy.
baby.
I
Look at
love
that
you,
baby.
Trixie.
Trixie. That is a
I
great
love her
dog
colors.
name,
She's
by the way.
beautiful.
That is a great
Thank
doggy
you.
name.
She's very excited.
Oh, she's so
she-
excited.
So we usually go to the dog park for like 2 hours a day.
You don't mind me showing you, do you?
No, I don't care.
Okay. We always like
But
to
look at
ask.
Trixie.
I appreciate that. But she hates water.
Really?
She hates
when it
the rain.
rains.
Oh my
so
gosh.
we just went on like an hour-and-a-half walk, and she still has this much energy.
Oh my God. That's because she's a
Hey,
little girl.
baby,
She's
this is
a
the
little young.
baby.
A little baby. It's a beautiful girl.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
You
you're
have
gonna
to run
spend-
with her yourself, like run.
I don't run.
I don't
It's
run.
not a part of my religion.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to us.
We just did.
So you let it go.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a dog park, so that's the perfect. Here,
Yeah,
run.
So she plays with the big dogs.
Oh wow.
So
She's
plays
spunky.
with,
She has
like-
a lot of energy.
Oh yeah.
Spunky.
Yesterday we went,
Uh-huh.
and there was this like little Yorkie that she was just like too much for. So I was like, "Girl, you're going in with the Huskies and the Rottweiler."
Yeah, the Yorkies are like they're all like this.
Exactly. And I'm a bartender, right? So
Uh-huh.
I'm out of the house for like
Oh,
8 to 9 hours a day.
yeah, that is a job.
Only like 3 days a week, but whatever. But today we went on like choose your own adventure walk.
Uh-huh.
So I just like let her tell me where to go.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
that's nice.
That's cute.
She's excited
And she
today.
enjoyed it,
Yeah.
It's good to spend a lot of time with them when you're off.
but
too.
especially when they're
like
puppies.
Especially in
my
puppies. Yeah, puppies.
As puppies.
my coworkers last night were like, "Oh, come out to the bar," and I was like, "I'm going home." My best friend is there.
That's right. And look at that dog. That looks like a Rhodesian back, whatever
A
it's
ridgeback or
called.
something.
Ridgeback.
Or it might be, might
No,
even
your
be
best
like
friend's
a
home, and
Beagle.
also she's waiting for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She needs to go for a
Look at
walk.
that. She needs.
It's a
she's
responsibility. You
oh
don't
my
just
God!
get
Look
an
who's
animal and
home.
ignore them.
Exactly.
Yeah, when you get home, you get that. Oh my God! It's Mom. She's here.
Yes, hi, sweetheart. We're doing bath day today, and she already knows.
How does she know? You took the shampoo out?
So I have this like little scrubber thing, and I loaded it up with shampoo, and I like took out her eardrops. I was like, okay, we're gonna go for a long walk, and then it's bath time. And so she's just like,
She looks easy.
I
though.
live just in that building right there.
Close, yeah. You don't happen to be bartending there, do you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I love
I was
them.
wondering if they were any good. We never went there before.
Oh my God, they're fantastic.
Good food,
Go-
good bar.
Go say hi to Jo. She's behind the bar right now. She loves Trixie. Phenomenal. Like, they're just like the sweetest people in the world.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's
That is good to
Thank you
hear.
for letting us know.
Of course.
Trixie.
All right, you ready for your bath, girly pop?
Oh, time to
Bye,
get a bed.
Trixie.
You're gonna be all
Oh,
clean.
yeah. Yeah, girl.
You're gonna be all clean.
What are your names?
Danette and Anthony, and that's our
Danette.
channel.
Oh,
That's our
Danette
channel
and
on
Anthony?
YouTube.
Yeah, you could check us out. Look, this is our names, and you're on it. Oh, hold on, there it is.
Look for the.
We have
Look for the cookie.
3,600 subscribers. We have
Oh,
people
dope.
from all over the world that watch us.
Amazing.
Yeah, so
I'm
got,
shy, by the way.
Shy, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to
Hi,
meet
it's
you.
very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
You all have a good day, the rest of your day.
Have a good
It's
day.
gonna be chaotic, but
You'll get through
Enjoy.
it.
Exactly.
Don't get too soaking wet when she splashes you.
we
Or
do
put
it in the
the sp-
kitchen
put
sink
the-
because
put the
she's small
poncho
enough.
on.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank God.
Oh, you don't want to be going over the tub or anything.
No. I got a small dog for a reason,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
But,
That was nice meeting you.
very nice to meet you guys. Do you live in the area?
We live in Fresh Meadows.
Fresh.
Okay.
Not
Nice.
far from Queens College, like that area.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a
Look at
lovely
this.
area.
Yeah. This is lovely too. We're showing everybody this neighborhood.
Yeah, we've been
We've been
walking
coming here
around.
for years. We just tried a pesto pizza.
Just went to Dani's.
To Dani's?
Got some pesto.
I lived in Brooklyn for like 12 years.
Oh, we love Brooklyn. We go there all the
We
time.
love Brooklyn.
I can't.
You can't? Well, what part of
can't.
Brooklyn?
All over. I was on like Graham Avenue for a long
Oh,
time.
yeah. We used to go to get our haircuts there. And then we started
Yeah,
coming
that's
here.
right. Actually, we used to
It's
get our
so
haircut
different now.
Yeah, it's much crowdeder. It's more crowded.
And it's like,
there. It's
like,
not quiet.
it's so rich.
It's rich.
It
Yeah.
has.
Yeah, I remember when it was more like.
Oh, me too.
I remember like people would just chill.
It was
Oh, yeah.
more bohemian.
It'd be
type,
friendly.
not-
I mean, it's
Like-
grown. It's built. It's built up.
I guess the word we're looking for is gentrified.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. But I still love Brooklyn. You know, but we don't live there. We visit. We don't live.
Visit.
So I work in Brooklyn. I just started a job in Dumbo. And
Oh, and they're growing
within,
like crazy too.
within 2 days, 2 of my former employees who I had never told that I was working again, because I took like a 7-month hiatus, whatever, after my last job, came into the bar that I now work at. And I'm just like, oh, hi! It's too much, too close to home.
Too busy to talk. Let me go over there.
Exactly.
So tell me again why you don't work for us anymore.
No, I mean, it's
You gotta move on sometimes.
Well, it's a small world. Let's
I
be
worked
honest.
for one of my closest friends. She's like a mother figure to me, and the bar couldn't support my salary, and so I was like, I'll
That's a reason. You got to do
I'll
what you
take
got
the
to
fucking
do.
unemployment that I've spent 15 years paying into. Why not? I was like, you just have to tell them you fired me, and we like
Right, we're good.
we're good.
So you
They're
jumped
good.
on the train right here.
It's a straight
Or-
shot for the F.
Oh, okay.
I also have a Zoom,
Oh, okay.
so.
That's good.
There you
Yeah,
go.
so you like
Yeah.
it here.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
So
not
nice.
leaving. It's so quiet and so adult
Yeah.
compared to Brooklyn.
That's another good name.
Adult.
That's
Yeah.
This is an adult neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would agree with that. This is a very grown-up
And
sort of
Zumbo has
neighborhood.
grown like crazy too. 20 years ago, nobody went there.
It was like nothing there.
Legitimately, Dumbo was the first neighborhood I lived in when I got to New York.
Oh, really?
And I thought that it was ratchet
Yeah.
because I was like,
It
But
was
did you
not,
live in a
did not
place?
look like
But
what it
did you
does
live
now.
in a loft with those big windows?
I I
Because
didn't.
we knew someone that lived there.
I lived in. She's very friendly. She just is like a lot.
What a beautiful dog you are. Yes, you are. Does everyone tell you
Sorry
that?
about that, guys, that we're not saying hello. But
Hello.
yeah, what are we saying? You lived in Dumbo? And
In like 2010, and
Picture of the dog.
oh, thank you.
I love animals and I can't keep them.
Oh,
I'm on my own and a broken hip.
oh, no.
oh my God.
Oh,
Getting older is not easy.
no.
Oh.
Well, if you ever need anything, I live just there.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
We have such a great community.
We were
really
just
do.
saying
That's
that.
what we
How
were
the
just saying.
neighborhood is so amazing.
It's a
It is.
wonderful
It really
neighborhood.
is. Are you taping us?
Yes.
Yes.
We're live.
We've been talking.
Oh no.
We've been
All
talking.
right,
to
we'll
Sha-
take it off of you.
No, I'm
I'll take it.
joking. I was supposed to get a haircut like 2 months ago.
He was supposed to get a haircut an hour
I was supposed to get a
ago,
haircut an hour
but
and
the
a half
person
ago.
didn't show up, so
Oh no.
that's why he looks
I
like
showed
that.
up for a haircut and the lady had the day off and didn't tell us.
Oh,
Tell me.
no.
Oh no. That's tough when you get people not letting you know.
Yeah, but
Now
meanwhile,
this
we
mop
have like
of hair
5
has to go
five
another week.
notifications. Are you coming? Are you coming?
Are you coming? Are you coming? Make sure you show up.
I know. I'm gonna go find. Do you know Kevin Burns?
Kevin
No.
Burns.
He looks like Santa Claus.
Oh, yes.
No, everybody.
Yeah.
If I say it looks like Santa Claus, everybody.
We don't live here,
What
so
is
we
her
don't know.
name?
I'm Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
You are?
Maria.
Maria?
Maria.
If you want to get paid by me, it's Mary.
Okay.
If we're paid by you, it's Mary.
That's my mother's name, and she used Mary and Maria too. Same thing.
Yeah,
I said-
I
yeah,
was
that's
born on
Danette's
a very
mom.
special holiday for the Greek Orthodox Church.
Oh.
They were going
Really?
to call me George or Helen.
George
And
or Helen.
Yeah, and it was back in those days where you didn't know what the sex of the baby was. So I came out on August 15th, and it was a big holiday. So
Oh,
they said, it's got to be Maria.
I love that.
Got to be
That's a
Maria.
great
That's why
story.
you got the Maria.
That's right. And I got teased a lot as Mary.
Really?
Mary, Greaseball, yeah.
Oh,
That's such a common name, though. That's strange.
Yeah, there weren't many kids on my block.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we were the only second Greek family. Yeah, so
Oh, wow.
That's what
we
did
were
it.
the immigrants back
The kids
then.
can be annoying. Let's be honest.
Look at his stance.
Not me when I was a kid.
His stance. She was like
I was one of those
Oh, yeah,
Boy
no,
Scouts.
I love
She
you.
has so much
I was
energy.
always nice to everybody.
Oh,
I love you.
wish you were my neighbor.
I do.
I used to have fist fights with the boys on my block.
Oh,
in
my
Oh my
South
goodness.
Shore. But anyway, I'm going to go and see if I can find Kevin. And
But
her
take
sister,
care. And it was nice, very nice to
Yeah,
meet you,
nice.
Maria.
Day.
Cheyenne.
And you found a
Yeah.
neighbor.
Maria, have a great day. It was so
And
nice
you
meeting
guys,
you.
your names.
Danette and Anthony.
Hi.
Hi.
Jeanette.
Danette.
Danette with a D.
Oh, D. Jeanette.
But like I said, if you ever need anything, I'm just over here.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you, Cheyenne. Okay.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too. It's a little on the wet side. I froze. I'm glad I brought this stupid raincoat. It's keeping me warm. I
Honestly,
was sitting there.
I was gonna go to the dog park for her, and I was
It's bitter.
yeah.
It's New York humid weather.
And
My
it's
bones-
May.
I know. My roses are glowing in front of my
But the
house.
other day, we were in the Bronx, and we were sitting outside, and he got a
You see his
sunburn.
face?
Oh
Yeah.
I'm
We
like,
were in the
what
Bronx.
heck?
We were by the water.
And he got a sunburn.
no. Oh my God.
I'm
It was a
sitting
couple
in
of
the
days
sun.
ago.
Oh,
She's sitting on the other side. She's in the
Thursday.
sun, but
Thursday.
slightly shaded. So, like, I later on that night, I'm going, man, why am I so hot? I look in the mirror
like
and
a
I go,
lobster.
holy smoke, I'm like a lobster here. What the
Oh,
heck
my
is
God.
going on here? And I say, Danette, did you notice that I'm red? And she looks up and she goes, oh my God, you're right.
It like
Why
got
is so
redder as the
red?
day went on.
As the
Yeah.
day went on.
I have a funny story. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna
No.
say as it goes. Like that's just what happened.
Yeah, that's life, right?
My soulmate is on Kitty Galaxy somewhere, and I miss him a lot. Even though we were two Greek Americans that butted heads. We went to Jamaica one year, first year that we went to United in Jamaica, and it was really hot there. We couldn't afford to go when everybody else went. It was in the summer, and he left his feet outside of the umbrella. And he was really hot there. We couldn't afford to go when everybody else went. It was in the summer, and he left his feet outside of the umbrella. And it was really hot there. We couldn't afford to go when everybody else went. It was in the summer, and he left his feet outside of the umbrella. And
And his feet just
and
got
he
hooked.
could not walk
Oh,
for a
no.
couple of days.
Oh my gosh. So
No.
what she was saying is that her husband and her went to
That's
Jamaica
so-
one year.
It's
And
funny.
he
That's
had
so
his,
funny.
they went when, they didn't have a lot of money, so they went when
That'll
nobody
teach
else
him
was
to
there and
just
it was
put
really
the rest
hot.
of his body
And he had his feet out
right.
of the umbrella.
Exactly.
And,
They
and
got
burned.
roasted.
Yep. She,
Oh, yeah.
It's like roasted
why
feet.
not as a thing?
It's
She
my,
said he
it's
couldn't
my
walk.
dog walking
Yeah.
sweatshirt that just hangs at the front door, you know?
Absolutely.
Well,
I'm gonna find.
Have a lovely day.
You too. Nice to
Take
meet you
care.
guys.
Very
My
Nice to meet you.
you.
Take care.
neighbors, Okay.
Yes, take care.
Danette and
And Anthony.
That's a very Italian name.
That's
Yes.
because I'm very Italian. I'm kind of Italian. I'm Italian and a little Spanish, like Spanish from Spain. She is 190% Italian.
Oh.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
My
It's like we
father-
did that thing where they figure out what you are, and hers was very simple.
Yeah.
It was the whole pie chart said Italian essentially.
I'm a mixed breed.
I'm just a nut. We're gonna go this way. Have a great day,
Have a great day. It was
Nice
so
meeting you.
nice to meet you, and nice to meet Trixie. Enjoy your bed.
Bye, Trixie.
Enjoy your bed.
She's gonna hate me in 5
Take care.
minutes. Take care.
That was a nice exchange.
That was a
right?
nice exchange. It's so nice to meet new people.
Yeah.
Lily and the Poet Boys.
I was gonna say that we saw a independent film once where the cameraman was following the man running through the streets of like Bangladesh or something. Do you remember that?
I don't remember the film though.
And it was just amazing.
Hey, the Ambrose Chamberpot
Hey,
says
Ambrose, sorry,
Italian
guys,
pizza
that we
pie
couldn't-
chart. That's right.
All right, we're gonna wait for the
Danette
light.
has the Italian pizza pie chart. Hey, Roberto Halleman says, Danette, which movie do you think that Al Pacino made really good? Scarface or The Godfather with Michael Corleone? Probably Michael Corleone was the thing that made him into a star. Especially in Godfather, in Godfather 1 and 2, obviously.
Oh no, that's a really hard question because I think
Scarface turned him into sort of like a pop culture
But I
icon.
think Scarface, he had more actual time on screen. Didn't
Yes.
he? That's when he had like his own part.
Yes.
Whereas The Godfather, he wasn't in all of the scenes, right?
It's more like a cultural icon, I think, Scarface.
Personally, I like The Godfather better than
Godfather,
Scarface.
yes, and Godfather 2 was a big deal in his career, where he really became a star for the first time,
Keith,
like a
hi
huge
Keith,
star.
how are you? I love
Hey,
it. Reminds
Keith
me of one of my
Havens, go ahead,
grandmothers,
Keith.
Florence Olive Bonelli. Actually, she had such a pretty smile, didn't she? Her whole
Yes.
face lighted up. I love that. They don't even know each other, and she like offered her services to her. You know what I mean?
You see, because that's
I
what
love
people. That's one of the
That's the
things
real people.
people don't know about New Yorkers. That in New
Stay away
York,
from
they
that.
think New York people are like short, but like and curt sometimes. But New Yorkers are the kind of people who will meet someone in the street, and then New Yorkers are the kind of people who will meet a random person in the street they don't know, and if they think that they're vulnerable and they might need help, they'll just tell them, you know, I'm right over there, I can help you out. Am I right, Danette?
Exactly.
Danette says exactly.
And what did I always tell him? What do I always say to everybody? What do I always say to everybody? What's with the mouth open?
I'm reading the thing, reading the chat. Sometimes I need to open my mouth to read because I have the extra eyeball in the back of my
You don't have to say. So listen, what do I always tell you guys? I always tell you guys, if you...
See, Ambrose is right. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Danette. The way he said,
Yeah.
they're kind, they just don't have time for crap.
Right.
That's right. New Yorkers don't have time for BS. Do you need help or not?
Not everybody's like that, Anthony.
But most New
Yeah,
Yorkers
you
are
can
really
mention that.
kind, but they don't have time for nonsense. Right, Danette?
Listen, yeah, but some people are just cranky, right?
And some people
There's
are
always just going to be cranky people wherever you live,
like me.
right?
I'm cranky.
And some people like don't help people, act like they well, whatever. I don't want to talk about it.
Let's talk about the nice people.
Let's talk about the positive, not the negative, right? I was just gonna say something. You know how I always tell you guys to like, here, you want to come down?
Not even
Don't lean, just come down to the
coming down one
There
way.
we go. So listen, you know how I always tell you guys at the end of the live stream to be kind to the elderly, and if you could say hello, smile, do something.
That was an example of
That
someone doing
woman, that girl, what was her name?
it. Shay.
Shay. For
Shy,
Shy, for
Shy.
Cheyenne, I think her name
Cheyenne.
was. I can go back. Cheyenne, which by the way,
Shy.
that's a pretty name. Anyway, she was holding her hand, offering her, like, if you need any help. She said she hurt her hip. She can't walk very far. She wants a pet, but she can't have one because she can't walk them because she hurt her hip. She's walking with a walker. And like Cheyenne, or Shy rather, is such a nice person. She's just like right there. We just met her. So friendly. Her dog is friendly. She was being nice to her. Trixie's friendly. She was being nice to the other woman, Mary. And just that exchange. Look at her face. She like lit up her face. She told a story. Maybe she didn't talk to anybody else today. Maybe she walked. Hold on to me. Maybe she walked.
I tripped over the curb.
Why are you stepping back? Step up there then. Go back where you are. Here, look over here.
Oh yeah, but then that's too far.
Oh, we're gonna end it anyway. So maybe she went out today to get something to eat, or maybe she had to go to the store or whatever, and she walked by herself. She said her husband has passed. She's by herself. She walks from here to there, and she met a couple of people. She smiled, and it made her day. And she knows that if she needs help, she knows she can find her in that building, right?
Yes.
That's what
that
I
little
mean.
Conversation
Could make her whole day.
That little conversation probably made
She
her
talked
pretty
about her
darn
husband.
happy.
She talked about her husband that's no longer with
And
us.
that's not that much, believe me.
That's all it is,
doesn't
just a
take
little
much
bit.
to make people smile.
Exactly.
You know?
That's
A
exactly
little
what I
conversation
always say.
with 3 people and a dog.
I'm hoping they could see us because
I think
it
you
says
can.
6,000,
Yeah,
but why is it like that? Okay, it's just my phone.
It's the phone. The phone needed to catch
Exactly.
up.
We will all be elderly one day, and we're all human beings. We're like not just older people, kids too. You should listen to your children. You should listen to what they have to say. You never know. One day they may be telling you something without telling you something, and you need to be alert to hear what they're saying. It's just being aware of what you're doing and who you're around, and making somebody's day. That's all. It just takes
Apple
a little
sending
bit.
a group hug.
Oh, thank you, Apple. All right, guys, we had a load of fun today. Kew Gardens is where it's at. I gotta
fun
get
place
some
to
coffee.
Then that's really got to get some coffee. She's
Roberto,
gone on
don't worry.
an
I'm gonna
entire
read
day
it
without
back.
coffee.
I read back everything after it's done. And so I'll
An
read back whatever I
entire day
missed.
without
If anybody
coffee.
would like to send us a message, you could
You could
send
always
it.
email us.
We say that and then we get no emails. Not always. Some people do email.
Some people send emails. Email.
But if you want to send us a message or say
Raspberry
hello,
Swirl
6
6
at gmail.com.
And on the About page for our channel, you can find it in a link. You can click on it, go right to your own email, send us
Thank
an
you,
email.
Marisol.
Or if you have Instagram, find Danette_and_Anthony on Instagram. Send us a
We need
message
to
on there.
quiz Anthony.
Follow us.
Now we're gonna go
Send us
live
a
at home
message.
soon. Yes, we're gonna go live home soon because we have to give out memberships because you guys
Yes.
know
I don't have my
that
laptop
we
with me,
do
so I
at
can't do it
least.
out now.
Well, we need to be in a place with Wi-Fi
And I gotta
too.
find Wi-Fi
But
because I don't have a hotspot.
We normally do 2 members only a month, right, Aunt? At least recently.
Yeah.
We do at least 2. I don't know if other YouTubers do it. I don't know what they
We
do.
did a couple in
but we
quick
do,
succession recently.
Yeah, we do usually 2 a month. So we want to give out the memberships so that this way you can enjoy with us. Thank you so much from Tujunga. I don't know how to say that. But anyway, I want to do a special thanks to our moderators, as always, for taking care of us
What
when
a
we
group.
can't read the chat and kind of stepping in for us.
Everybody give
our
them a hip, hip
moderators,
hooray.
yes. And a big applause.
Give them a round of
Wow,
applause.
we love you so much
to
for
the
spending
moderators.
time here. I mean, we're on now 3.5
Hip, hip
hours.
hooray
We
to
are
the
long live
moderators.
streamers. We never plan that ever. It always happens, right, Aunt? We stepped
Yeah.
out of the pizzeria. We said, okay, we'll end it, and
We'll
it
end
never
it at
shuts
3
up.
hours.
Never
It
shuts
is now.
up.
It was 10 minutes. We
It was
said
a
we'll end
quarter
it at
to-
3 hours.
and now it's
Then we
3
ran
hours.
into Trixie and Shy,
And then Mary.
And Mary. And so now it's at 3
hours
hours and 28 minutes.
So now we might as well just wait till 3:30.
We're going to wait till 3:30.
What have we learned?
It's going to take us that long to say goodbye. And we're everyone's giving a round of
Thank you,
applause
Carol.
to those lovely
Thank
moderators.
you, Sharon.
What a team.
Thank you, Mod Team. Yes, I love that
What a
name,
team.
Virginia. Mod
What a
Team.
bunch of champions.
Thank you, guys. You all are the best to us. You are friends. We love you.
Our amazing Apple Martini.
NYC.
The incredible George. The
Georgie.
incredible Joe Hernandez.
Sonia.
The amazing Sonia. All you guys are incredible.
Nick G.
Nick G was in there.
It was always good to see
so
Nick
was,
G too.
Was rolling
and whoever's
around.
not in there but
And
watching,
anyone that's
we've
not
got
in there but
Stephanie.
watching.
We've got
Stearns.
Felipe.
Felipe.
We've got
We've
Sheila.
got Sheila G. All you guys, you're all amazing.
I'm probably
A
missing
big
someone
hand.
else.
We might be
Yes.
missing somebody else, but big hand to all of you.
Yes.
Big
Thank
hand
you,
to
moderators,
everybody.
for taking care of all of us
Thanks
all
for
the
coming
time.
out in the
With
rain.
all that time that you've been with us. Hi, Nikita. Hi, Nikita and Michael. I love that Nikita and Michael
Ewan.
does that every time now.
Nikita, thank you for stopping by.
All right, we've
Nikita's
got
been in there almost from the beginning.
30 seconds.
Almost from the beginning.
Hi, Derry.
Hi, I'm Derry.
All right, now we
How you
we
doing?
got Apple. She paid for it, but we got it for her because
We
that
got
means we
her-
physically
we
have
got-
to give
That's
her.
the thing. A little live stream, you never know.
You never know. You may get a haircut. You may not get a
You may
haircut.
get a haircut.
You may
I
pick up a
not.
movie
I
poster
may
for
get
someone.
A movie poster. We
You may
meet
see
a dog.
pesto
We might
pizza.
get some cheese pizza with pesto. The guy charged
I'm so glad
us-
we came here
The guy
today.
charged us $1 million,
But we only paid $5.50.
but we only paid $5.50.
And we saw the Long
Broke the
Island
bank.
Railroad. Guys, it was wonderful. Have a great day.
We know that there's a guy around here named Kevin who looks like Santa Claus. Am
we
I
saw
correct?
Charlie Chaplin. Yeah, we don't know who he is.
don't
I
know
guess
who
you
he
have to
is,
live here to
but
know him.
everybody
We
here
saw
knows he's
Charlie
seen it.
Chaplin's house. We saw so much and heard so much about Dangerfield and other stuff. Okay, guys, we love you. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great week. Don't stress out. We'll see you soon.
Reverend Jenny.
Reverend Jenny! We love her too. From Maine.
Thank you,
Hugs
Reverend
to you and
Jenny.
Joss. Well, she wasn't there,
And
right?
Justine.
Oh my
No,
God,
she
oh
was
my
watching
God,
on the
oh my
TV.
God. All right, now it's after
Reverend
3
Jenny,
hours
it's
and
good to see you.
30
I'm
minutes.
waving at
Guys,
you.
we gotta go, and next time perhaps we'll see Anthony not looking so shabby.
Oh,
All
my
right,
goodness.
guys, we'll see you soon. We love you. Press
Thank
the
you so
button,
much.
Frank. I'm getting some soup and some
See you real
coffee.
soon. It's soup time. An
Bye.
entire day
Mwah.
without coffee so far.
Bye. I gotta get
How
me
did
some
she make
coffee.
it? How did she make it?
How
See you next
did
time,
she
folks.
make it? Bye, guys. We
Bye.
love you.